Hello, hello. It's been a few minutes. I think we can get started here. Welcome on in, everybody. Let's just... there we go. Welcome back. I am Noble Crumpet. I'm a PNG variety streamer with a focus on tabletop games and Metroidvanias. Come join me and my friends right now for our Genesis campaign. We start every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we go till about 11 or so. That's all I really need to do for the intro. So let's unmute our distinguished guests and get right to it, shall we?
Weird litter box smell.
Hey, everybody.
Question: If I keep the box sealed, is that going to be a problem?
No, that's fine. Hello.
Okay. Welcome back, everybody. We are now live. I've updated some of your icons, but Fujitech kind of sucks, so not everybody has their character portraits on the stream. But it's fine. At least you all have your tokens in the game.
Acceptable.
All right. Last time, does anybody remember what happened? I know I just told one of you guys, but I want to know what you guys think. What are the highlights last time?
I gave all my money to a space Razier.
Yes, I remember that.
There was a lot of stuff happened before that.
Yeah, but that was a highlight of my day.
So much money.
It was the tail end of the previous combat where we were both hired to handle this shipment, and there was a fake nomad. And so now we're doing damage control and trying to salvage the mission and redeem ourselves in Nomad Daddy's eyes.
Right. And now we have to take the ship to the Letnev, so the Letnev potentially can go and bring it to a vault, to open up a vault so we can get some item that's inside of it.
That is true.
Right?
Yep. The key itself is a fighter ship sized crystalline device that was being transported in a hauler. You guys still have access to it, or at least, like, the Nomad's keeping it somewhere for you guys.
Hello.
Oh, hello. Welcome back. We're live.
Nice.
Yeah, we went shopping. Lots of shopping. Didn't we want to search for something this time too?
Well, it was we were debating between searching or going for the Lednev union members,
Right, that's what we're split with. Because it's either getting them or
getting some stuff.
getting some like really rare stuff. Because it would need a lot of help.
Well, a chance at some really rare stuff.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, we decided to not do that because it requires every single one pitching in to even have a chance.
Yeah, we just
Yeah,
decided to
pretty
eat our
much.
vegetables instead of having dessert.
We opted to get the medical equipment instead.
Yeah,
'Cause we
which
also
I
were
think
able
is
to
a
pick
fine.
Yeah, we got the fancy medical equipment. We don't have the fancy stabby, which is okay with me. I can wait for my fancy
It's
stabby.
an okay investment, the crew said through their gritted gaseous teeth.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. I'll stab people. Okay, I won't stab them real good.
It's important that the medical officer can heal my gaseous form in my environmental suit. So I believe that's mostly all it did, is that it lets you heal unusual life
Non-carbon-based.
forms.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Hmm.
lets other people do it too, I think.
You open the bag and you realize it's just nothing but rolls of duct tape.
Yeah, that's right.
And
No, there's
WD-40.
there's spectral duct tape.
Oh.
As long as you still slap it on.
It's also a little bit heavy, so it's staying on the ship for the most part.
That's
That
true.
makes sense.
All right.
Which is hopefully getting updated. Not really sure.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
the
Thraz said
robot...
that he could rent a new ship with the money that he was
Yeah.
given. 5,000
Source-
is not enough to buy a new ship by any means.
Oh god, it's a rental. It means that whatever damage we incur, there's gonna be more fees to it.
He better buy insurance with that rental.
Yeah,
Oh my
those are-
god.
Let's see if he had enough.
I was just about to say, Thraz absolutely does not buy insurance.
And tells you that he did, and then has you pay more
Sigh.
for it.
Yes.
I feel like he wouldn't have even gotten a rental from like a company. He's just gonna go and ask a friend.
Oh yeah, no, he's a smuggler. He's not gonna leave
Yeah.
paper trails.
Yeah, but he's gonna go ask a friend to borrow their car, and it's gonna be like, I don't know, like the weird
Space
friend
van.
that has the what?
A space van with
Yeah,
a wizard
but it's
painted on the side.
Yes, but it's a weird fucking space van with a lot of stuff on the inside that no one should use UV light on.
Insurance? When have I ever brought you back damaged goods? Literally like 5 times.
This is the first in many instances of damaged goods. Anyway,
When was the last time within 2 weeks I brought you? Anyway, sorry.
with Primor Day behind you guys, a new day dawns on Sumerian. The station's lights come on, signaling that it is officially daytime and time to get back to work and consume and start taking down all of the decorations. Well, most of them are staying up. After all, the Primorians are still here. The station is still bustling with activity. You guys had just gotten through to one of your sources that has told you that one of the Letnev that announced their names to you before you flubbed the trade deal with them is pretending to be an ambassador at the Letnev embassy on the station. Their name is Civis Hiven Ravawenwis. Because of course it is.
Can you
I will
type that
put
in
that
chat?
in the chat. It is the name of their first officer, the one that was not killed by you guys, because you guys did kill one of them. And then the main captain Letnev guy got away with this person. And their mechs.
Oopsie.
Anyway, they are working at the Letnev embassy, which is on... It's quite a ways away from the main part of Station Command, near the center of all the Primor Day traffic. So it'll take like a train ride to get there probably today. So, how are you guys planning on dealing with this information if you wish to? You can always just try to follow the Letnev out, but you will need to find out when they're leaving probably.
I can help with some computer searching if you want me to plan out a route and travel and stuff, but I'd
Well,
rather
we need
not
to
be
make
in
a-
the field.
Well,
We
you
can
can
make-
get there. I'm just telling you, it's going to take a train ride, so a few hours to get there. Not like a long time. The rapid transit is real fast. It's like super bullet train of the future. And they're at an embassy, but you don't really know anything about the embassy. I will say, we do have a Letnev that's almost a representative here, but they aren't exactly an ambassador. Gervalt, do you think you've been to the embassy before?
Probably. I probably have to make an official, a channel visit here anyway. So
Yeah, like a check-in when you arrived or something.
probably.
Okay. Well, why don't you make a... let's familiarize myself with the skills in Genesis RPG again. Why don't you make a... What do you think, guys? Perception? There's not really an insight in this.
What are you trying?
Game.
What am I even doing? Like trying to recall, or
You're trying to recall, so I guess that might be knowledge? Knowledge culture.
Okay.
Let's do knowledge
so,
culture, and I'll give you a boost die. So let me open my GM sheet.
Let me know when you're ready.
I shall. I'm going to give you a boost die because you're Letnev, so you'll probably have been there before, but I'll set it to difficulty 2.
Okay.
You are good.
You know what? Story points as what?
You can upgrade your roll.
To turn a green into a yellow.
Yes.
Okay. I will do that. I have 2 greens, so
Okay, I have set 1 upgrade to you guys.
okay. In that case, I'll just roll it now. Did it go through?
Might be taking a second or something.
Let me try one more time.
Yeah, it might be like laggy. I just tried to sync my pool with the GM on my sheet. Like nothing's happening.
Whee!
Uh-oh. You know what I bet's happening?
API.
I bet it's the API. This has happened before, but we have the macro available, so this time I should just need to go restart the API
We
Yes.
have
instead
the
of
power.
reinstalling stuff. Restart API sandbox. Do it.
Okay. Good to go.
Hold on.
All right, I was able to sync.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna roll it now then.
Cool.
All right,
Yes.
there. It
Oh my goodness.
Chris, yes.
Aha! Oh. Ooh.
Mm.
Yeah, you went there a long time ago.
That
They've
yellow
changed
guy
it
did
since
nothing.
then, and you were really not paying attention that day, it seems. And you were probably not allowed into many of the deeper parts of the embassy. The only things that I will say that you recall about the embassy are that, like much of the Letnev structures, it has taken like a bit from their sort of
Architecture.
aesthetic and architecture, yes. Instead of simple and industrial and brutalistic, it's complex and brutalistic and industrial. So it has like small flourishes here and there, and some effort has been taken into design to make it look imperial as possible. And of course, its Letnev flags are flying off of the sides. You know that it's a large structure, and it doesn't have too many windows. The Letnev don't love windows. And that's all that you can know about the embassy.
Yeah. It's like I would say like I've been there. Then like I just kind of like quiet down. I was like, wait, I don't remember anything. Never mind.
Well, if nobody
Could I,
has
like-
any
Could I
ideas,
like do a computer hack thing? Like do a deep dive search or something?
well,
I could break in and sneak in if you would like.
I could walk
Right
through a
to-
wall.
Hey, Mr. Shecry?
Yes. What is it, little girl?
What was your name again?
Oh, it's Zoltan Rock.
Zalden, right? That's a long name. Zalden Rock. Wouldn't the Murmuration not usually send a single agent on their own? But like, not a lot of people know that. So could you maybe pose as like a diplomatic entity to try and get us in?
Diplomacy isn't necessarily my strong. I prefer to be in the field.
Well, can you like scare them? You got the cool broken beak thing.
I don't think they'll necessarily be scared by me.
If you think about it, you wouldn't need to speak at all. We may speak on your behalf. You simply need to be present.
I
And
suppose
look
that
important.
could be arranged.
What's Zaldenrock's presence score?
Oh, present.
That's just one of the key abilities.
Yeah, one of
How
them.
many presents did he bring?
How many presents
2.
does Zaldenrock have? Okay, well,
Those.
you can
Not
certainly try to look
not great.
the part. Maybe
we
others can
could
help you.
Yeah.
2 is, average. You can accomplish some things with that. Well,
I
that sounds like
suppose we could give it a whirl.
okay. Yeah,
And
I was
when
gonna
it goes
say,
bad, be prepared.
sounds like the starts of a plan.
And you can use a story point.
And you can use a story point if things go bad. Okay, so right now it sounds like Zaldenrock wants to pretend to be an embassy, or an ambassador to the embassy.
Yeah, sure. Sounds good.
Anybody else
Oh,
taking
God,
any?
you're
All my
I have chosen. I choose
Yeah.
for Shane to roleplay.
no.
Can I do a knowledge check just to learn anything about that particular embassy and then maybe give them an advantage on like how check-in works or something they should bring?
You can try that, yeah. So you're trying to hack into their computers, or just trying to find like information in
You're
general?
searching for like if they need certain passcodes or like key cards and stuff, like that type of information.
Basically,
Alright.
I want to use the talent data miner so I can basically make a knowledge check combining computers.
Okay.
That's cool. Because then you can either bypass it, hopefully, or we can find a key.
So what does that talent do? Because again, I'm not super familiar with every single talent.
Yeah, what data miner lets me do is I can make a knowledge check as a computer check, and then I can use a savant to help any knowledge check. So I can kind of double stack it to make it pretty easy to at least find something out.
Okay.
He's basically Googling.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm using the savant to help me Google, and I'm good at Googling.
Yeah, you're a super Googler.
Yep.
Okay. Well, let's try that. I'm gonna say that it's going to be hard, so 3 at least. And you've added all your stuff on your side?
Yeah, how do I add a success, or does that just go after the fact?
We can just do it after the fact. There is a way to do it on the sheet. C, I think, knows how to do that. You could probably
Yeah,
put a picture of it in the chat.
Go to your skills, and then on the modifier section. If you want to add a success, just type in a single S.
Question mark after modifiers. It gives you the cheat sheet.
Okay.
Yeah,
think
the
I did
list
it.
of all of them. But you
Alright.
only need one, so type in 1S, and that'll add a success to all those rolls.
There we go.
And that's worth it, I think, because you have a savant.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
using
you're
the
gonna be using
savant
it
to
all
use
the time.
with. I'm using it in time with my computer and computer skills and everything. So, all right, here we go.
You whip out your iPad and start tip-tap-tacking onto it. I have set the difficulty. Make your knowledge check. The computer's check. Or however that went.
Oh, I thought it was pressing it.
Did you press the little dice icon on the right?
Yeah, I am.
You have your token selected? Does that have to be a thing?
Oh, that might be it. Still nothing. Hold on.
Oh my god, did the API crash again?
I hope not. Doesn't
Let me try something.
look like it did.
Oh, yeah, I think it might have did because I
Yeah.
tried pressing it, it didn't work either.
The heck?
Got 2 yellows and 1 green. If that helps. Rolling.
Where
You
you
see it?
No, I mean I don't see it, but that's what I need to roll.
Oh.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
I mean, we do have those manual dice that we could always do, but try it now.
Okay, once.
Okay,
There
there
it
it
goes.
goes.
Okay, cool.
That's pretty good. That's a crit.
Pretty good. That's a threat, though.
Somebody might have noticed me.
Yeah, there is a thing on hacking. Let me see what a threat can generate.
Oh no, your iPad got infected. Now there are hot singles around your area. They're interested.
Yeah.
Even though we aren't technically doing a hacking encounter, because you're kind of just scouring the internet, I suppose. I will say that your system starts getting a little choked. It seems like somebody's trying to strangle like your IP almost, and slowing the connection to the network. So I'm going to give you a setback die next time that you try and use your Savant.
Okay.
However, with a triumph, you were able to access exactly the information that you needed. You found out that there are specific protocols that change daily for entering the Letnev embassy. Although ambassadors don't normally need to know that because they're visiting, but somebody that's working there consistently would need to know such a thing. You do not. Actually, I will say you do discover the exact password. Somebody leaked it on their.
War Thunder forums.
I used a data scraper and was like, somebody was angry on the forums. I think these are the passcodes you might need.
Yeah.
Somebody in the Slack was like, guys, I forgot the password. What is it for today?
Granted, don't use a data scraper that takes everything. I have to defrag my computer now.
All right. So that was your triumph.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, knowing
You
the
got-
passwords can be useful enough to get into certain places once you're in.
Yeah, you now know a password. You now have a plan. Does anybody else have any prep work they want to do or ideas before they head off?
Oh yeah, all I was going to say was now that we have the password, we could even have some section of us be escorting Zaldenrock in as the fake ambassador. If another group also wanted to sneak in parallel, they could do that now.
Yeah. Does anybody want to?
An escort probably would make
It's
sense.
pretty much the only option that Sin can contribute with, other than standing there and looking scary and fancy and weird.
They are
Hey,
an infiltrator.
at least
I think.
you can stand there and look scary and weird and then disappear. I can only stand there and just look scary. And then throw someone.
Okay.
I
So
feel
in
like
this case, it sounds like Zaldenrock is going to be a distraction team. Is that
Sure.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
okay?
But what, I mean, if it
While
works,
the real
it works.
stuff gets
It
done.
might not even be a distraction. It's just now we got 2 groups in there.
Sure.
Yeah, and what exactly are we looking for that Sin can try and steal or take or eavesdrop?
All you know
Like-
is that somebody working there is not supposed to work there. They're an insurgent for what is considered a terrorist organization by the Letnev barony. Because they are working for... They're basically the democratic terrorist group that wants the barony to become a democracy.
And we know their name.
And we know the person's name. You've seen them before. And you need to establish a trade with them under the guise that you guys are the ones that stole, quote-unquote, the crystalline key.
You need to
Yeah.
basically make contact and then have them probably come to another location so they can keep their cover. You don't want to out them. You just want to make contact.
Okay.
But
Noted.
you do know that they're not supposed to be there, so you have a distinct advantage.
I was going to
So
say,
you-
yeah, like the way we
sure.
get them to meet us might be finding some leverage on them.
Be like, we know your secret. Come meet us here. We got
Yeah.
something you want.
Okay, gotcha.
I'll drive a car. I'm not going to go in there. I'm not skilled at that sort of deception. I'll be your escape truck if you need so.
Yeah, Yara is once again driving the truck.
Yeah.
I'll take piloting eventually.
Nolly like sails up to Shepard and sort of like does like a light punch on their leg. And we could be the bodyguards because we're so scary.
That's probably good.
All right. It sounds like at least we have the semblance of a plan. Anything that we haven't accounted for, we can just potentially do flashbacks or something to that effect.
I guess I'm just kind of curious, like, why we need to meet them now. I feel like wasn't the idea supposed to kind of like meet them on Lednev anyway? Like,
Well,
not
there
true.
were. I presented that option. You could either follow them to Letnev and trade with them there, or do the trade here and then follow them to Letnev. But either way, you need to get them back to Arc Prime so that you can have them open the vault and then steal the vault's contents.
Because they're the fall guys. We want them to take the fall for whatever inside of it, but we want to steal the shit.
Exactly. Okay, so
Working for the Nomad, we want to be discreet.
And
If
we
we
still need to get them the crystal key. So like organizing an in-person trade is certainly the most clean way to get it to them. Otherwise, if we didn't do this, we'd have to like leave it somewhere and hope they find it and then go back to Arc Prime.
So I'm just trying to come up with like plan A, plan B, plan C. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, so we can meet somewhere on this
Yeah.
station, or we can say, hey, we're going to bring it to Letnev. Where do you want us to drop this off? Bring the fucking payment. And that way they have to get us at least semi-close to where they want to use it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You could
That
try
works.
it.
Okay.
Can I also just say, since we do kind
Of
of want to
course.
track them, we should probably put some sort of tracking device inside the package.
Yeah,
Can
do
we-
we have
Do we
one?
have one?
I mean, other than combeads, would we be able to make one? Is that something doable? Trying to look through the thing. I don't know if there's a direct.
I mean, the
tracking
thing is,
thing.
that it's probably an item you can buy, but I bet you it's restricted.
Yeah.
It's probably definitely restricted.
I mean, I know science. If we need to build something between us,
Yeah.
maybe we could.
I'm gonna quick look because I think there's like a section that's like clandestine gear.
You know,
From
Could
everybody,
always
maybe?
Data
put
drill, intruder puck.
something in there, like noodle.
No.
Never.
Fuck that.
Okay. I'm
Or
gonna
a
say
tennis ball.
I'm gonna say you can try to access. You can try and find one of these spider trackers, for lack of a better term.
So
I
a
know there are
smaller
plenty
noodle.
of better terms. And it's going to be. Oh crap! What were the skills that were used? I'll say Skulldug. No, Streetwise. Streetwise is the looking for illegal goods check. I'm gonna say it's rarity 5, but rarity 6 on the station. Forget what rare or restricted does to items.
Wait, so it's harder on the
What's-
station, or it's easier on the
It's
station?
harder on the station. It's normally, I believe, 2 steps harder if it's like illegal goods, and 1 less because it's on a big station. That's what I recall.
Let's see. I'm looking at the restricted section now. It tends to be illegal for civilians, and there can be some like legal pushbacks. However, it is not something that's officially said. Only thing that's official, like restricted rules wise, that I can find is that on character purchase, character startup, that you can only have 1 restricted item.
Okay.
Who has
Yeah.
good skullduggery? I got 1 rank in it.
I mean, Nolly's pretty streetwise.
Skullduggery though.
Or streetwise, I guess was the thing.
Street- Streetwise,
okay,
yes.
yeah.
And it's going to, because it's 6, it gets kicked into hard, so it's going to be a difficulty 3.
I got 2 green and a yellow.
Of course, you guys also have a full pool of story points.
Yeah.
Can the GM have nummies?
No, actually.
Who's better? Nolly, what's your stat on skullduggery?
Yeller.
Yeller, and so
Pretty
2
good.
yellows versus a yellow and 2 green. Can I help Nolly? Like supplement her searching?
I'm going to say in this preparation work, you've already done enough with the data mining.
Okay.
I'm going to let everybody have like a chance to do something in this prep.
Mm-hmm. Well then, Nolly, it's up to you.
Mhm.
Unless anybody else can help you.
Yeah, I mean, if no one wants to help, I'll just raw dog it.
Sure,
Yeah,
go
just-
ahead.
I don't
This is
have.
all
a
I get.
rifle.
Two
Nice.
successes and an advantage.
Good job.
Okay. I'll Oh, you guys shouldn't have any stress, by the way. It's a new day.
Ah.
You had a good night's sleep.
Day.
I still have my wounds, don't I, right? Or do wounds go away?
Wounds
How
go
do
away
wounds
at a
go?
rate of 1 per day, I believe.
I have 1 wound. Still sore from the other day.
Could use a dermal sealer on yourself too.
It's just 1 wound. I'm not in front
Yeah, it's
lines.
a little sore.
All right. So you guys find a tracking device, or Anali has access to one. Maybe they were tinkering on one and know a guy who was able to get them in contact with one. Either way, you guys find a tracer, and you put it into the hauler where the device is. Well, the
Hell yeah.
ship-sized device.
That covers that issue.
All right.
Y'all just got to make contact and we should be good to go.
Yeah, it sounds like we can just head there, right?
Yep.
I think so.
Okay. You guys
Do I
get
need
on.
to provide myself with some fancier clothing to make this believable?
Don't
You
have
have
to.
the funds.
But yeah, if you
It's
want
not
to.
unreasonable.
Or you could just say, this is the outfit of my culture.
Well,
Respect my culture. Fuck off.
Let's just be real here for a second. Do you need an excuse to get fancier clothing for your character?
No.
Yeah.
Do you want it
Yeah.
anyway?
No, we're good. I just wasn't sure if it was like, oh, you don't look like a diplomat.
That might come up.
Just tell them that they're being racist.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
This
I got
is
my
my
garment on right
culture.
now, not my
You're
spacesuit.
covered in dirt.
Sir, you're wearing a wife beater.
Why are you accompanied by a robot and a feral child?
No, birds don't take baths like that. They take dust baths.
Exactly. They're like
Yeah, that's
chinchillas. All right.
Right,
You
yeah, we're
guys
good then.
head out on the Station Rapid Transit, the SRT. It's like a bullet train that just speeds along the very top of the
The halo.
yeah, at the top of the halo. So it goes along the sort of inner ring, almost along the quote-unquote ceiling, while everybody else is kind of pushed against the ground of the halo. The halo. We all know the halo. I've
The
definitely
Halo.
played the halo.
Mm.
Yeah, you guys head up there and zoom off, and you're like a quarter way across the planet until you see the massive structures of a sort of pseudo-Letnev district. They've made sure that their embassy is the most prominent structure in this area. You guys get off at your stop and descend down into the deep trench-like streets of this part of the Sumerian. And yeah, it's very dark in here. There's plenty of Letnev people going around, kind of holding their tongues at all of these strangers and passerby that populate the station. You head down to the embassy. You're flanked on either sides of this long street by tall buildings. The tallest one is centered straight in front of you on this boulevard of a street. You see the flags of the Letnev and their sort of quad L-shaped like logo that almost like it's 4 L's spiraling out. C has one on his hat. And yeah, it is before you. What do you guys want to do? Who wants to approach? Who wants to like maybe sneak nearby, etc.?
I'm going to activate my stealth tech and look for a way in.
Keep
Alright.
your combi updated.
I have no shame and probably just keep walking until someone says stop.
You hear the combeat is like, Sin is going to say, is like, am I coming in? Can you read me?
Yep, can read you now and clear.
All clear.
I can hear you.
Excellent. Okay, I'm going to go and see what I can do. Good luck.
Does Aldernock keep tabs on Shepard?
Will do. Shepard. Nope. Come back here. Come back.
We need
Stay
to go
with me.
inside.
Yes. You
Shepard,
need to be near me at all times because you're my quote-unquote bodyguard. A
Would I
bodyguard.
not lead ahead to make sure that no one could attack you
Yes,
from the
but
front?
not that far away. Very good. Okay, let's go.
I will use small steps.
Thank you.
Just the
Yeah,
gate
like-
completely changes.
Escort AI is just terrible.
Okay.
That is
Shepard's
true.
feet just like stepping like 2 inches at a time.
But it's still covering normal gait.
The AI, is, the AI is simultaneously walking too fast and too slow.
It is just World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
All right. You guys orient you guys on the map where
These
you wish to be.
guys.
All right. Where you think your characters are.
Smart
Assuming
ass.
this
I'm behind.
is the front of the embassy.
Right.
Yeah, I think
So
that
I think Nolly and Shepard are in front of me, so I'm like right behind them.
Yeah, I think the scene we're trying to set is
Yeah,
like
something like that.
Gervalt is doing introductions for Zaldanrock, who is an ambassador of the Shikarai, like to the Letnev.
Yeah.
And we are hired muscle for this interaction.
Just
I'll be a
assume
tiny bit
Zaldanrock's the
closer.
queen.
Yas Queen.
All right. And Yara is the getaway car.
Yep.
And
I'm just
yeah.
on the comms checking with people.
Right, exactly. Getaway car and like comms coordinator.
Guy in the
guy in the
chair.
chair.
yes, we got
There
there.
you go.
Oracle.
And then Sin is stealth gearing and seeking an entrance. So
Jealous.
let's see. Zaldanrock, I suppose you will serve as the initial distraction. Gervalt, Nolly, Shepard, and Zaldanrock, you guys approach the main gate. There are plenty of... Oh, realize these are not the correct type of dude. Let's call them...
There's more union in here than we imagined.
God, this goes deeper than we knew. Here, let's get rid of these guys.
The embassy's compromised.
The whole
Oh,
place
good.
is
There's only one.
compromised.
Perfect.
I can
We
see their
walk up to-
nameplate.
We walk up to the embassy. Ah! 4 men just dissolve in front of us.
They're
Deactivate
just like,
Union
sorry,
soldier.
we had to deal with
Yeah.
something real quick.
Sorry, that was Larry, Moe, and Curly. They're very new.
Nyah, 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 nyah.
Or Letnev soldiers flank the doorway. And of course, they see a strange motley crew approaching, being somewhat led by a Letnev, one that they apparently have never seen nor heard from before, but we'll see if your reputation precedes you, Gervalt. They are from basically another country, but you presumably have some status still back in the Letnev barony. Yes?
I mean,
The Empire?
I'm still wearing my military uniform, so they should at least know that I'm an officer.
They should at least recognize that. Okay.
Yeah, it's like they don't know me by name because let's face it, who knows anyone's like official military generals nowadays in the modern day? So no one knows my name. But
They know the buttons and the badges and the pins.
yeah, they recognize the rank at least.
All
As
right.
long as you don't piss them off, they won't accuse you of stolen valor.
Mm-hmm.
I will see if they know you. They do not. And that is threats for them, not for you.
Okay.
So I'm going to say that they are immediately like you have an advantage in this interaction. They straighten up as they see your officer's uniform approaching.
They're paranoid.
Commander, what can we do for you today, and who are these people?
I'm escorting a diplomat through the embassy. I was asked to be a guide for them. These two are bodyguards. I understand it is very unusual. And then I point at I look at Nolly's direction, not the Shepherd's direction.
Children. I know, they should be left in the home.
Yeah. But we are to. I'm seeking to arrange a meeting with whoever the commander is. The name went away. Let's see.
Oh yeah, it's buried. Either way,
Oh, Civis. Civis Hiven Ravenwoods.
Tila Civicis. Sorry. That's gonna be. Well, so you're not lying to them, I guess, but you are trying to deceive them. So I'm gonna call this a deception check, which is going to be opposed by their vigilance.
Oh boy.
These guys are guards, but they're kind of standard guards, and I'm giving you a boost die in this situation because of the threat that they accumulated.
Mhm.
So you can go ahead and make that deception check.
Okay, my last roll was really bad. Give me another boost. I'll spend a story point.
Okay, so that's an upgrade.
Yeah.
All right.
You want to get in the building.
Boosties.
Well, it's like
Upgrade.
last time I did with a boost, I rolled terribly. That's why.
All right. GM currently has 2.
Ah, Jesus Christ! Even then, it's only a single success.
I mean, you got in the building.
Yeah, but the thing is, a single success counts as a success. So, they kind of look at each other and they're just like, this is highly unusual, but considering your station, as long as you have the current passcode, then we should be able to let you through.
I buzz in. We got the passcode. I pass it on, and I also let Sin know they're getting in preparation to move. You might want to move in soon.
Excellent. Received.
1, 2, 3, 4. It's just like my luggage.
There's
Yes.
an A at the end.
What a
You
bad
almost forgot
pass.
the A.
With a capital A, because it always got a
Mm-hmm.
big
Ah,
specialization.
yes. We had trouble convincing the commander to add the A on the end as well.
At least the passcode isn't just passcode.
Yeah. You may pass. The Letnev soldiers part and allow you to pass.
I nod and just curt them.
Can Sin slip in?
So, let's move to Sin. So, Sin, you are trying to find a way in. Are you trying to find a different way in, or are you trying to sneak in while they, sneak in the front while they go? Keep in mind, you can use story points to potentially create things. The only thing you cannot create is a window, as I have stated that they do not exist.
They do not exist. Yeah. So.
Why not
Yeah,
go
I
with the
was kind
standard
of
heist
assuming-
trope of a vent?
Impossible.
So-
You'd need to be a gas to get in there.
Okay. And that hurts, so I'm not gonna do that.
That's true. It does hurt you to be out of your exosuit.
Yeah. Yes, it does. Okay, so Sin is going to sneak in, I guess, behind Shepard. So
Backpack style.
Okay.
I could actually be a backpack.
A rather macabre backpack, but
A very
backpack
macabre
nonetheless.
backpack, but yes.
Pfft, they don't know what a Titan wool looks like anyway.
That is totally not a cruise clinging to your back.
This is my robot and their Baroque backpack.
That's right.
I thought you were invisible anyway. Got a weird
I am
sort
invisible.
of shine.
It's fine. Don't worry
Yeah.
about it.
Alright, then in that case, Sin, since you are trying to sneak, let's do, what's it called? Stealth. Let's do a stealth check. You're being observed. I don't remember what your stealth gear gives you, but I'm gonna say that it's gonna be difficulty 3.
Hold on. Let me just look up what the stealth tech does.
Actually, I
Because
might
it
be
is a
wrong.
considerable bonus.
Is it covert armored skin? Is that what it's called?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Well, wearing it, you add 2 success to the results of stealth checks, and add 2 setbacks to any perception or vigilance checks other characters make to find or notice you. So,
Jesus
That
Christ.
is good.
Yes, it is very good.
yeah. So
So-
that's going to be a stealth check versus their vigilance, but I'm going to give you 2 boost dice, basically, to account for their setback dice.
Okay. Let me know when to roll.
You should be good. Advantage. But
Does
no
that include the free
successes.
successes?
Oh, it does not. So that's 2 free successes. Fantastic. Yeah, I'm just double checking. Okay, so 2 advantages and 2 successes. What can we do with that?
Glean some
Play a little
information.
prank.
Well,
Can
I
I
could-
lift one of their key cards or ID cards or something to get me
Okay.
access whilst I'm inside?
that could be a good one. Yeah. Normally I'd probably say that would be a different check, but I'll say you catch a glimpse of one of their key cards, so you at least have some names of guards, and perhaps like an identification number. So I'll say that
Gotcha.
you're going to get a boost if you ever fall in a situation where you need that information.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, just remember that. All right, you guys are in. You guys enter the heavily armored and fortified embassy. There are many Letnev walking around, plenty of soldiers posted at various gates, maybe not necessarily for security reasons, but simply to look imperial and important. You guys are brought inside, and one of the Letnev soldiers that let you in directs you to where... I've forgotten their name. There it is, Civis. To Civis Hiven Ravawanwis's office. They are apparently on an upper floor, and they are here today. So that's good. They're at work. You guys head in that direction. Sin, are you doing anything with them? They're kind of headed in the same direction that you are.
I'm going to look around, see if I can find someone else to follow. I'm trying to find a different pathway once I get sufficiently deep into the building.
Okay. You separate from the rest of your group. And for that, I'm gonna make a new stealth check with the same bonuses. Actually, I'll just have them make a vigilance check, but I'll add setbacks to the dice. All right. Okay. Now they have an advantage. So I'll say that someone maybe just catches a glimpse of you. So people are kind of sus about something, but they haven't witnessed you yet. So they have not succeeded in spotting you.
Okay, cool. I'll take it.
You maybe head past a door that a security guard was in front of, and you found an alternative route up to their office. They were going directly there by like a lift, an elevator. You managed to find a stairwell that heads up there, but you can access any of the other floors quietly and quickly.
Love it. Okay. I'm going to start looking for this dude's office.
Okay. You will not reach it via... you will not reach it faster than them using the stairs, but you can find it. So let's go back to the main group.
Chris implying this is not a 3-story building. This is probably like a 50-story building.
It was meant to be
That's
the most imperial-looking building here. A Letnev soldier that's leading you guys through the elevator. They head down a hallway. There's plenty of like paintings on the walls of previous barons that ruled the planet before them, as well as important officers in the embassy, ambassadors, and there's one like great painting at the end of the hallway depicting some sort of agreement between the Nomad and the Letnev. They're like shaking hands, and you can see like symbols of their burgeoning empire meeting with the halo of Sumerian, almost like meeting each other on level ground. Although the Letnev are pictured with a bit of height over the Nomad, in spite of reality. The Nomad is somewhat tall. The soldier kind of just salutes you with a traditional Letnev salute, and gestures towards the door.
Nolly salutes back.
They grimace at you.
Yeah.
Yordians.
We grimace, and then we.
Yeah.
I'm gonna step forward.
Don't mind her. You step forward into the room. The soldier takes a point outside of the room. You find your way inside, and you immediately are met by the first, Civis Hiven Ravawanwis, which is kind of fun to say, but doesn't really strike you very as very memorable of a name. But they are on the other side of a desk. They are on their own in this room. It's like a personal office, so they must have some sort of important role in this embassy. And they have plenty of like Imperial artifacts like gathered about the room. They look up and their face kind of grows pale, but they maintain their perpetual Letnev frown. What are you doing here?
Well, to continue the business that got interrupted. We were supposed to make a deal, but the things obviously did not go awry. Misinformation was delivered.
Yes, as I recall, you tried to ambush us. That parrot thing over there. Well, they shot at us. They tried to take what we were supposed to be trading for.
No, see, that's the thing. We were supposed to trade. Apparently, they were supposed to facilitate the trade, and someone tried to double dip in the middle and take it for themselves.
Okay. So this is not deception at all. You're just telling them the straight truth.
I mean, the truth is strange enough as it is.
All right. Okay. They are going to let's make this into a social encounter, I think. This might at least require negotiation as much as it requires you guys.
Oh God.
Yeah, social boss fight.
Social boss fight.
Okay, I'm gonna
Grift
die by
lands
the. I'm
ass.
gonna die by the chair. The uncomfortable chair.
Yeah.
Kill me.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to find my notes. Fantastic.
Mr. Akrai, I respect a man who sticks by his principles. Oh God.
All right. So they are immediately suspicious of you guys. You're trying to kind of make up for this flubbed deal that took place. They are upset with you because they blame you guys for the entire thing going south and them needing to, lose a friend or at least lose a coworker and take some injuries that they've healed somewhat from, thanks to medical attention. But they still have like a scar on their face from like a stray beam shot that went towards them. Let's have you, Gervault, since you're leading the charge now, make a... What would this be? Negotiation, I guess.
Oh God. Oh God. Okay, guys. How many sword points do we have?
You have
We
four
have four.
left.
You have 2 left.
Think of it this way. No, we have 4 left. Think of it this way. The more you shift over to Chris, the more likely it is that I'll be able to use Driven to succeed before he can totally shift all the points back.
Because negotiation is my weak point, I am going to getting another boost. I'm spending all of them.
Spice it up.
Yeah, that's fine. Doing rolls and spending points is how things go.
Is anybody of
go
these
on.
4 actually good at negotiations?
Absolutely not.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
I absolutely am not built for this.
Nali technically has a yellow and a green, but like she wouldn't be leading negotiations.
Oh, you added the boost and it still didn't help.
This is fine.
Yeah,
2
it's
threats.
2 threats during a social encounter. It's fine.
Oh, do I think I'd like take like damage or something, depending how you spend it.
You accidentally reveal your strength or flaw. So what's...
Oh, okay.
I'm going to say that they're going to notice your flaw. What is your flaw?
Okay, let me just double check.
You could like whisper it to the GM if you don't want to say it.
Oh no, I'll say it because it was like fear of failure. I know it's very generic, but
You know what?
That's
That makes
Flexible
sense.
enough to work with.
From what you
Yeah.
said, they took note of your sort of sneering at the whole idea that the thing went south because of a misunderstanding, and you sort of feel ashamed in that, and they pick up on it. They realize that something went wrong on your end, and it is in fact your fault, and they are absolutely going to dig into that. There are no successes, so they take no strain in this encounter.
Yara's just gonna pop on the comms. Maybe just remind him that we have some leverage. He's not supposed to be there. Somebody could probably use that.
Could be. But I'm gonna give them a turn now. So
Yes.
Revelwenwis kind of frowns further at you and arcs an eyebrow. And then they just kind of push back their hair and say, well, I think that the price has just doubled. For your failed efforts, I'm sure you wouldn't want to reflect poorly on your superior. It is the Nomad, yes. You wouldn't want to damage relations between the embassy of the Letnev and the person that so badly wants his Dunlane Reapers.
Could I use the information that Yara is giving us about how, like, they're technically not supposed to be there? I don't know if that would fall under coercion or negotiation, though.
Well, that's
Well,
the
it depends
ruling
on-
if they can.
Depends on how
The
you
ruling
want
if
to
they
use it.
can.
Yeah. Before we do this, though, I'm going to click the use player story point because I think we're supposed to be at 3-3 right now.
We are
think so.
supposed to be at 3-3, yes.
Okay. Cool.
Because I also have ranks in negotiation.
But either way, that's what she says. And she's going to... What have you done?
Sorry.
I'm just kidding. Okay, so she's going to attempt a coercion check,
Oops.
which, as a Letnev, oh, she loves this. She's going to add a success to this. And she has 3 cunning. Gervault, what is your... Hold on, coercion is against discipline. What is your discipline?
3 greens.
3 greens, so I'll do 3 purples. They're leveraging your flaw, so they're going to add a boost die to this. All right. Okay, they do add 1 success, but that isn't enough to negate the failure. They get 2 advantages. They are going to kind of backlash and take 1 strain in this effort. But with their 2 advantage, great. They can learn your strength. What's your strength, Gervault?
We're reading you,
boy.
man.
I know everything about me. I'm an open book.
Apparently.
Desire, belonging, strength, right? Independent.
Independent. Okay, sure.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
I mean, it's pretty much they could target cutting a deal for just Gervault and he'd probably be satisfied.
they know that you work well on your own, so they're kind of singling you out. But that's for another check. Let's give the players a turn now. Gervault has spoken up. Do you want to speak up again, or does somebody else want to chime in?
If anyone wants to
It
chime
sound-
in, up to them.
Yeah, it sounded like
Shepard-
Shepard wanted to jump in.
Shepard wanted to
Mhm.
confront.
We're
I'm
also now.
using information that Yara was presenting to say that they weren't supposed to be there.
Okay.
Yeah, just coming out and being a little threatening.
So I was going to try and see, like, if I could use my power to give Gervault some sort of benefit. I
Okay.
have the diplomatic instruction, so instructing
what is that?
him. So it is a passive. When I take this, I also gain the negotiation as a career skill. In addition, when using one of these skills to convince their allies to undertake a particular task in a social encounter, your character may spend 2 advantages to heal 3 strain.
Huh.
So you're gonna advise me? If I take your advice, you heal.
Yeah.
You're
Aren't
like
you at
advising
0
him-
strain?
Yeah, you're at
Gervault?
0 strain.
Yeah,
Shepard is
both
at
of you are at
strain.
0 strain.
Oh, okay. Because I
Yeah.
figured if it would... You've been beaten up socially, but they haven't strained you. They're just...
Yeah, and it sounds like from the
No.
wording that it heals you when you do it.
Yes.
Yeah, it heals you because you're being a quote unquote good advisor.
But still, you
character may spend... Yeah, I guess so, yeah. I mean,
you can still
negotiation is a career
attempt-
skill, so if you have ranks in it, like you could try it.
yes.
Yeah. Although I would say that leveraging that is going to probably fall
That'd be
under a
different.
coercion check
Oh.
because you're threatening them. You're saying you're not supposed to be here, not as a negotiation tactic, but I will reveal that you're not supposed to be here to somebody that will kick you out.
Right.
All right. So, if that's what you want to do, they are going to use their discipline, which they do have some discipline. Nolly's extra click imbalance the story points, by the way. It should be 3-3.
Yeah, that was my bad.
Yeah, I was just gonna. I didn't want to say it out. I was gonna let it ride.
Oops.
Huh. People
I
need
went
to
to go
stop
Click the
clicking it.
button.
No, Chris is the only one who can rebalance it.
Yeah. Rebalance, because I was going to hit the sync, because I knew mine wasn't right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do.
So I have a button called Force Player Update, and I have up and down buttons, so I can
Okay.
forcibly adjust the pool.
Sorry, I didn't want to make a big deal of it. I just wanted to throw it in the chat
Well,
just to make sure.
It's
I
good
made
to
a
have a
big
record
deal.
of it. So Shepard,
Coercion.
coercion check. I'm gonna. Okay.
But see,
You
I
are all
have
set. Would
skills
you like?
in negotiation, not in coercion, though.
Okay.
Well,
They are doing a coercion check though.
sorry, everyone who's present, we can like rotate around the table, just musical chairs. Every person gets a chance to coerce.
I'm just big and being loud.
Okay. Well, do you want to use a story point and maybe say that you stand up to your full height and kind of like turn another color temporarily or something to help in your
I
coercion?
turn yellow, yeah. Sure. I don't care about the story point, but I'll just at least try to assist. And then we can do another round table. of
So are you
everything else.
assisting
You
or
guys-
Okay.
saying it on your own?
Yeah, because I was under the impression you were trying to reveal this
I wanted
information
to
as a check.
negotiate because I have skill points in it. I didn't want to use something different.
What are you trying to say?
Right,
That
but like,
they would benefit from maybe not fucking over themselves because they're also not supposed to be there.
That sounds
That's-
like you're
that's cool.
coercing them.
yeah, I don't think
That's
there's a way to
coercion.
spin it for negotiation.
That's blackmail, Allie. Come on. That's
It's not blackmail if it's just being honest. Just pointing out facts.
yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
that they don't
The
want
honesty
wrong.
is the point of
Okay,
it.
you know what Allie's doing? She's throwing the bender. It's like I don't like the term blackmail. I prefer extortion. The X makes it sound cooler.
It's just aggressive negotiations.
You
It's
could
facts
lose
are
your
on the
job
table.
if we reveal this information. So I'm gonna negotiate that you do what we want or else. Anyway, you have done the
Anyway.
roll. No
Mhm.
story point was used.
Did it all cancel out? Or like
It did
show?
cancel
Looked
out.
like it cancel out. Yeah,
Just a nothing
Mhm.
burger.
I love this encounter so far.
it's going great.
Civis,
Okay, maybe
res-
she didn't pay attention.
it does get Civis's attention. She kind of like stands up from her desk and like has her hands almost like fingertips on the desktop, and she narrows her eyes with Shepard and then like darts back to Gervald. And how can she spin this though? Look, you know that I'm Union, but nobody else does. I have a lot of respect in this embassy and lots of friends in the Union. I know that you are an independent, working for the Nomad, but don't always have to work with the Nomad. Perhaps if the Letnev knew what you were doing, maybe we could be on equal ground here. She's gonna try and threaten Gervalt and say that she knows people that could get you to lose your job with the Nomad, and claims that she is protected by her allies in the Union from any sort of random person on the street saying that she's a traitor. So she's gonna use an attack on Gervald using her strength once again. And this is gonna be that type of check, and she's gonna add a success to it. What's your discipline again, Gervald? Still coercing.
Three greens.
Fantastic. Wow.
Damn.
What the hell is
That's too
happening?
tall.
What?
You guys are at a
Staring
frickin'
each- we're just staring
standstill.
at each other.
Yeah.
These Letnevs are stone-faced.
Just a single bead of sweat rolls down each of their foreheads.
Zaldarak or Nally, come up with something.
Yeah,
I have an
Zaldarak.
idea.
Yeah,
I was
go
just
on.
waiting. Yeah, Zaldarak can go first. I have an idea.
No, absolutely not. You're going first.
Okay.
Shay will never go first.
I
Yeah.
have no
You know what?
idea.
Never speak.
Zaldenrock is probably going to go next, but before Zaldenrock goes, you have some time to think, if you'd like to say something. Sin, you have found the office. There is a Letnev soldier out front. They are just standing there and pretending not to listen at the door.
Hmm.
In fact, I'll have Civis in here, because you guys are like engaged almost with them.
What can I do with this Letnev soldier?
I don't know.
Depants him.
All that you notice, you notice that they are like standing at attention, but since there is nobody around that they can witness, they have kind of angled themselves towards the doorway, as if to listen at the door. I realize that
They're
might
being
not be clear.
nosy. They're being nosy.
Okay. They're being super nosy, which is potentially interesting.
You're like, I would be nosy too.
I want to be nosy too, but also, wouldn't it be interesting if it was drawn to someone's attention that this guy is listening in?
You just want to prank him?
Oh, no, I'm trying to imply that because what y'all are talking about is a little sensitive, because this guy has definitely just said that, you know, I'm from the Union, but no one's going to believe you, and there's someone eavesdropping at the doorway. It could be an additional threat if I draw his attention to it.
I will
I
let
have
you
a
know that
weird
you do
idea.
have access to them via Yara, because of the combead. So you can talk to them and convey information if you wish.
So
Okay,
I
yeah.
actually had a crazy thought as well with that. We know this guy's leaning into the doorway. Is there a way that Sin could like take their combead, turn the volume up, and hold it really close to the door so that this guy actually does hear what's being said inside here? And does hear that they're a member of the Union.
That might compromise their stealth, but you know, they are invisible.
I know. Well, exactly.
They aren't invisible, but they do have like a cloaking thing. It's like Predator.
Predator.
You can kind of see them if you squint, but it isn't as good
Yeah.
as like
They move.
Yssarl technology.
Right.
Yeah, it's good. It's not perfect, but it does give me some advantages.
I think
I'm
letting us
more-
know is useful. So you could just pass that on to me to pass it on to them, or we could just
Yeah, someone that there's a Letnev soldier eavesdropping
No,
on
that's
the
actually
conversation.
no, because that would help us because we can like raise our voices when we're discussing this stuff.
Exactly.
So I guess me and Sid will just be like, Sin just told me there's a eavesdropper. You might want to let him know that. There's I don't think you guys want to keep your voices down unless you don't want to, if you catch my drift.
All right, that sounds like a good thing.
Like
Zaldenrock.
Zaldenrock could use that to threaten and be like,
Zaldenrock, do you
Except
have any
you have a
ideas?
spy right outside.
From the back. Caw-caw!
yeah, be like, it sure would be a shame if they found out you're, yeah.
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 Yeah, I mean, that would be my kind of like a similar thing to that. Be like, I would just double down and be like, why don't we just test that theory of yours
Could go into the hallway and start talking.
and go into the hallway? Let's start talking about this.
Zaldenrock, you kind of call Civis's bluff and say, "Oh, let's so you have a lot of friends in the Union, huh?"
Right.
And then you head over to the door kind of quietly, and then you press the button and the door shoots open and the Letnev soldier is like taken aback. Madam Civis Hiven Reverwenwis, I was begone, soldier. Of course. And then she like says his name out loud to sort of get a little command over him, but I'm gonna say that Zaldenrock, this is probably some sort of, I guess you're coercing them. This is really just one big. This is just one big coercion fest. But
It's all like under the table stuff anyway, so that's how it works. But would you get a boost to this because of the situation?
I think because of the situation, and because of how like, boss that was, she's fairly disciplined. Let me get her discipline up again. Okay, but I'm gonna give you guys
the crap out of her. Because what if I just turned up? It was just like, oh, and that wasn't the only eavesdropper.
Don't force the hand. Like you're being invisible is still very good.
It's still useful. Okay, so I'll continue.
They also
to
might
wait.
have seen you, so they might just know that. They might just know that you're working with them.
Yeah, true.
Either way,
right.
I have set up the roll for a coercion
Alright.
check from Zaldenrock.
Ready?
I've given you 2 boosts. Yes. Dear fucking God.
Excuse me?
What?
This
What?
Well,
is why I stay and range and shoot people.
this is why I gun.
Zaldenrock,
Oh.
you take 3 stress.
Yeah, because why not?
It's our stressed out bird.
Jesus Christ.
But you got 2 advantages.
Oh, good. Yeah, God. Right.
I'm going to say you learned one of their strengths or flaws. What do you want to learn,
Alright.
their strength or their flaw?
Their flaw probably.
Actually, because of the situation, their flaw isn't as useful to you. So I'm going to let you know that their strength is that they are analytical. As
Good.
their discipline is maintained, and they kind of order the soldier away, they seem to have kept their cool under this situation, and it puts you aback a bit, Zaldenrock. But you did learn that from the way that they handled this situation, that they're doing so in a very logical way. This person seems to function purely off of logic. You might be able to find a way in if you can just simply make a good logical argument that is like foolproof or something.
If you do a good negotiation deal, like they're methodical in the sense that's like, okay, if
Which-
this can be safe and in my favor, I'll take it.
They've given reasonings as to why they don't accept your premise, that revealing them would hurt her.
Can I just communicate that to somebody? Is that,
I mean, you're on the
another thing?
comm beat,
People-
so
You can just broadcast it to everyone, really.
Just,
Yeah.
you're near the
Basically.
hallway, so easy enough.
This person works analytically. There you go. gotta go that angle. They ain't
Okay.
gonna be stirred.
Nolly,
Yeah.
actually, let's not do you yet.
Yeah, we'll give her a turn.
Let's have Civis do, I'm going to say, a leadership check. And I'm going to say it's going to be, let's see, there's a bunch of you. I'm going to say it's difficulty 2. They have 2 presents, and they add a success to this. Okay. They're going to add a success to this roll, but it's going to affect all of you. Okay, they got 2 successes and 2 advantage. Each of you takes 2 stress. They head over to the door and just close it, and then they like kind of set a lock on the door. And she says, "I told you, I have many allies in this organization, and many of them will come if they find out that I am in danger. So you had better give me a good deal, double the price, or else you will lose your job, and I will be an even bigger hero in the embassy. And my captain will thank me for that."
When they say double the price, though, we're giving them one thing. What are we? Like, I'm just clarifying, because aren't we giving them a ship and they were giving robots?
Yes,
So how
I suppose that would be a little annoying. They're gonna leave with half of their Reapers instead of trading all of them. Let's say that.
Okay. I guess here's my other question: would we know how important the Reaper portion actually is? Like, is that
I
leverage?
think it
that's not
was
really
because
leverage?
the nomads specifically mentioned that they only care about the quote unquote the key being delivered.
Yeah. So I'm just clarifying. Do we know that the Reapers are kind of unimportant, and we could technically, make them
Check
think
the
they got
deal?
a deal? Yeah, like be like, okay, you got us. Just can we at least meet at this location or something?
You could try.
Who wants to bring that? I'll mention that. I'll be like, okay, remember, guys, the Reapers aren't the priority, so you could acquiesce.
Yeah. I mean, I was gonna go a different direction with Nolly's check, which will be the.
Do what
I
you
think-
gotta do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I will let you do a check-based thing. Also, Shepard, you take 2 strain, because everybody did, except Sin, because Sin was not in the room.
Yeah,
And
I have it on my
neither-
character sheet, but my character token's not updating.
I'm listening in, so I
Oh, it
give
looked
you
like it
some
did.
strain.
It shows
okay,
that you
it
have.
hasn't on my screen.
Mine
so.
mine doesn't for some reason.
Oh,
Okay, I
Yeah,
think- I
if you
think-
pull in a new token, it usually fixes
I
it.
think what's happening is that you can see other people's updates, not your own, because everyone's reporting their own stuff, like not showing up. But I
Yeah.
can see all 3 of your tokens being updated.
Yeah, that happened like last campaign.
Weird.
Mhm.
Yep. Usually it was
Anyway.
just strictly alleys, but
Yeah, it's just yeah.
anyway, Nolly,
Yes.
you have the floor. What would you like to do?
She's going to do a check. It's probably going to end up being coercion, but it'll be leveraging the strength of Civis Hiven Reverwinless being analytical. And I would also like to spend a story point to use my human power of adaptable to roll any skill I want instead of coercion.
Understandable. So
Uh,
this is going to be. So you're making a coercion check, so it's going to be against her discipline, but it's
Mhm.
not going to be using coercion.
Yes, I'll use either brawl or piloting because those are my two best skills.
How are you going to explain this?
Well,
Just
it's
flex.
going to be the thing with. So the way I'm going to describe it is when we get into her, whether it succeeds or fails, I guess will change how I say it. But she's going to. The whole thing with Nolly is like the sleeper agent knowledge. She has knowledge of how the military structures and meritocracy of the barony works, and so she's going to use that in leveraging the description and like the coercion, basically. Like she's going to point out, like, you're analytical, you've done the math, you know that we're the only ones who hold all the cards here. We have the money, so
Okay.
you're just bluffing, and I know you are, kind of a thing.
All right. Well, then is set up for you to roll against her discipline.
Okay, yeah, we'll see if it succeeds or not. But
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah, and this is going to be a story point use as well.
Ah.
Everyone just using points.
Yeah. Did you apply the story point to the roll?
What the story point allows me to do is use whatever skill I want,
Ah, okay.
and it's a
Oh,
once per
yeah.
session.
Right. That's what you said.
And this
Got
is
it.
better than doing an upgrade. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine. Okay, so that's 2 successes and a triumph. You want to describe how you do it with brawl?
yeah, so yeah, Nolly, yeah, she like sort of like strides forward to the desk. Listen, first Civis Hivan Reverwinwis, someone doesn't get into your position without knowing how to weigh the odds. And I know that you know that in the barony, it's a meritocracy, and victory and success is what matters above all else. And at the bottom line, we're the ones who have the ship. You're not in a position to make bargains here. And then she sort of steps forward and like puts a hand on the desk with her Vuribuai and sort of like crushes the corner of the desk a little bit.
Ah, that's
Hmm. Yeah, maybe you like pick up one of her like
Yeah, like
artifacts
a-
or something and
Like
crush
a
it.
solid metal trinket and just break it. Yeah.
no,
Her-
my magic 8-ball.
She arcs an eyebrow, which of course means you've delivered a critical remark, which is something you can do with a triumph, which immediately deals 5 strain to her. And as well, since you got 2 successes, that should deal an extra 2 strain. So she is above half her strain threshold. Well, her wound threshold, because she's not like a strain haver. But that means that she's willing to concede. She's at least willing to compromise, but not willing to relent. She says to the rest of you, "Fine, 3 Dunlane Reapers."
Get the location. That's all we need. I think that's the best we're gonna do.
Okay, then I was like, acceptable. Where do you want to rendezvous?
Well, we certainly can't do it at the embassy. We should do it at... And then she gives you the address of a docking bay that is...
Probably
Really?
makes sense to be far away or at a like very
Yeah,
busy port.
we'll say a docking bay that is Letnev owned, and it's somewhere between the Letnev embassy location and the main station command where you guys had left the hauler, the unmarked van with the tracker in it. So she says tomorrow deliver it to this hangar bay, and they will pick it up and leave immediately.
Will the ask about what about the pods just to make it sound like we're concerned?
What about the
The
pod?
Reaper.
Yeah, the Reapers.
They will be left on the pallets that they were delivered on. We will move them to this hangar, and it is up to you to transport them back to the Nomad wherever they wish for it to be handled.
Understood.
I hope that this business is now concluded and we can just sweep this under the rug. That's a Yordian expression. She kind of glares at Nolly.
Nolly waves back very cheerfully.
There aren't any rugs in here.
Yes.
Goddamn aliens.
Like I said, it's a Yordian expression.
Well, second time's the charm. Our business will conclude tomorrow. Until
This is
then,
another
should we-
trap. I will have you know, you will all be executed.
I think all of us will remain alive.
Leave. She remotely unlocks the door. Sin kind of like glances out from behind the corner and sees
Yeah.
them emerge unscathed.
Okay.
Can I
Uh,
sneak into the office, steal something that could be potentially incriminating from the office, and then get out again?
Okay, because I was about to do a little thing. I have a subtle talent where I can say like we're all leaving, and I can just signal to like a complete different message to send. It's just like stick around and see if there's anything else.
Okay. So I'll say maybe these guys leave and then Gervalt maybe kind of stops Civis at the door to hold the door open for a second while Sin tries to sneak in covertly.
Mhm.
Does that sound good?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So Sin, let's make a stealth check. I already have their... Well, I have their discipline up, not their vigilance. Let's say this is their vigilance. Then I'll give you 2 boosts because you have your gear. You are good to go for your stealth check. 4 successes and an advantage.
Jeez.
You slip in completely unnoticed. There is but a faintest whiff of like ozone as you pass by
You
for
climbing
Civis
on
Hidden
the
Revel
climbing on the doorway. You're just on top of them.
I was about to say, I am clinging, I am on the ceiling.
Yeah.
Sure.
Spider cell style.
Yep.
Spider Cell? Is that Splinter Cell Spider?
Yes, spider cell, even better.
Love it.
Okay. Your head rotates 180 degrees as you look down at the table. What do you want to say is the incriminating evidence?
It could be contact papers, any sort of literature, missives, or chips with some Union Letnev stuff on it. I just want something else on this guy.
You could
Or-
just kind of maybe a screenshot of the stuff they were opened up we could look at later and connect some, numbers to banking numbers or something.
Yeah, it's
I'll
that-
say
and-
make a perception check. And
Okay,
this is
also.
going to be hard because they wouldn't have something out in the open, but it wouldn't be impossible because it's like in their office.
Yeah. And the other thing that I'm going to do is hang around in the office and see if there's anything else that's set up for this beating that we should be aware of, or if he mentions the location.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a success and a threat. All right.
Ooh.
Interesting. You found that there is a locked drawer on their desk. However, it's locked. Do you have a way to get in there?
I do.
Okay.
Hold
The
on, let me
one-sided
find
jiggler.
it.
The single-sided jiggler.
Single-sided jiggler.
Now this lock is rotated 90 degrees on the side, which means it's different because the key is
I
turned
have an
sideways.
intruder puck.
So we're
A
gonna use
delicate piece
single-sided
of
jiggler.
equipment used to open virtually any sort of lock, electronic or physical.
All right. Does that have like a thing where if you roll poorly, then
yeah.
it breaks?
When using the puck, your character upgrades the ability of Skull to upgrade check they make twice, but also upgrades the difficulty of the check to 1. I think so. It is fragile.
Your GM may spend 2 threats to permanently damage the lock. Your GM must spend crit failure to destroy the intruder puck. So if she rolls a crit failure, then it is destroyed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Ah, yes.
you said it upgrades your skullduggery twice?
Yes.
Okay. Then I have set difficulty at 3. I have set you with 2 upgrades. Make a skullduggery.
Okay, sorry. I'm like juggling things.
That's
Hold on.
fine.
Getting back to skill.
Okay,
That's...
no
Fuck.
crit failure.
Oh,
Crit
But
success.
you have broken the lock. So they might be able to notice that. But you do open the thing, and you keep your intruder puck. And I'm going to say with your triumph, you've done it completely silently. So they didn't notice you doing anything at all. And I'm not even going to roll for Gervalt's distraction because of it. They've managed to... You've done it quickly enough that he didn't need to draw things out very long.
Excellent.
So inside, you find a... Let's see. You find a set of covert documents that are detailing the exchange that was made with the Nomad. Basically, handwritten records of their communique and the deal that was made, so that they can make sure that they have the location set up and everything. But the Letnev have a tendency towards paperwork, especially for important things and documents. You grab the papers and quickly pocket them.
Yep, these are mine now.
Then you slowly close the thing. So you're staying behind with the rest while the rest of your team leaves.
Yeah, I'm gonna whisper into the comm bead. It's like, I have some things on him, but I'm wondering if he's going to do any further communication. So perhaps I should stick around and eavesdrop?
If you think you can get out of there safely, let us know if you need support.
All right.
I'm gonna just tap twice in the pads, just like yes.
Yes.
Keep on doing.
All right.
Okay.
Gervalt, you pat twice in your pants, and then she kind of exasperatedly is like, "Fine, I'll agree to these inane demands. Get out." She closes the door, and Civis heads back to her desk, palm on her temple. She's very strained. She's able to maybe recover 4 strain or something.
I'm gonna suggest the other group just ask to go to the cafeteria or something, so if they need to make an exit for Sin, that people are at least, it's there.
Sure.
Right.
Because there isn't windows in the building, so you guys can just, when Sin's leaving the room, you guys can just decide to leave, or you can hang out in the cafeteria or something, just an excuse.
So you can help cover Sin's escape if they need it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Zaldenrock, you must be rather hungry from your long trip out here.
Absolutely. I require substance.
You
Maybe
announce
a
loudly
bagel.
to some nearby Letnev soldiers. Make a leadership check. And I'm going to say
I
it's
love it.
average difficulty. You're just for an ambassador
needs a
announcing
cracker.
loudly that you need something to eat, and then a bunch of
Right.
lower people were like,
What the fuck?
You got a success. They look at each
Oh,
other
yeah.
and they kind of
All right.
stand at attention, and they head towards you. We didn't realize that there was an ambassador here. Please follow us to the mess hall. It's not great, but we do have
It's better.
Letnev delicacies that we could show you.
It's all mushrooms. It's all owl.
Wait, what do the Letnev eat if they're underground?
They mostly
it's
eat
nothing-
lichen.
Yeah,
God.
lichen and just those moss and fungus.
I did say they're just space drow.
Wait, do you guys eat insects? Those live underground. Is that how you get your protein?
Probably. They got Goliath beetle farms, the dire Goliath beetle farms.
Grub
Jesus.
farms?
Sure. They're
Grubs
getting
instead of tofu.
Small
more and more
but
Timon and
satisfying.
Pumbaa. All right.
Small but satisfying.
You guys are led away and manage to stay inside the building. Meanwhile, inside of the office, the first Civis Hiven Ravowenwis recovers slightly. Also, everybody else can recover while we're doing this, because I'll say that this is the end of the encounter. Hold on, where is it?
To
It's a
recover.
discipline or cool check, and you recover 1 strain per success. You can do either discipline or cool. Yeah. All right.
Also, I'm an endurance predator.
And 1 because you're an endurance predator.
And Zaldenrock got a freaking crit.
I just got 2 advantages. What does that do?
Nothing.
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 Okay. Yara's
Does a
still
crit get
stressed
rid of
being on the
2, or is it
comms.
just still?
No, it's just a success.
All right.
So, Reva Wenwis eventually goes to look around on her desk and then sees the lock's been tampered with. She opens it and looks like aghast that the papers are missing, and looks like in the back and pulls out a comm bead. And she goes to speak, but then she kind of stops. I'm going to spend a story point.
No.
She is aware that she's a spy, and that people like to spy on spies. She's going to look around to see if there's any stealthed Yssarl in here, or other things in the chamber. So she's going to make an active vigilance check, and she's going to upgrade her efforts once. She's going to use vigilance, which her vigilance was 3, I believe. And she applies 2 setbacks to the attempt. What is your stealth check, Sin? I just want to know what I'm applying to their...
2 yellows and 2 greens.
2 yellows, 2 greens. And that's without the
Yeah,
thing?
that's without. That's just baseline.
Yeah, because the other one adds successes. Okay.
Mhm.
This is an interesting opposition here. We'll try it. Okay, she failed. She looks around the room, and she gets threats. So,
Maybe she thinks it's outside or.
you know what?
area.
That strain that she recovered, it's back, baby. So
Yeah, like she just becomes more stressed and paranoid the fact that she cannot immediately find the spy.
She assumes
Like-
they already left with the stuff.
like this was just here. Did I just notice this now? But
What
she
about that guy that was at the door?
about that guy that was at the door, because she obviously was pulling that out of her ass. But after she like kind of waves her hand around the room, like trying to find signs of stuff, Sin was able to avoid any detection hiding in the darker corners of the room. She can see pretty well in the dark, but not perfectly. Sin is undetected. She heads back to her desk with her back to Sin, and is pulling out the comm bead and kind of like putting it up to her mouth and almost whispering into it. You don't need to make a check or anything, but you're able to overhear her say, "We've been compromised, but we've made a new deal." She details all the little facts about the deal, how it's now 3 Dunlane Reapers, where it's going to happen, and she says, "We need to make sure, absolutely sure, that we are not followed. And we also need to make sure we leave immediately. We need to have snipers posted all around that hangar before they arrive, just in case things go south again. But we can't risk a full-on conflict. We'll have to run at the slightest sign of inconvenience." And then she stows away the comm bead, and then kind of looks at the lock and just freaks out and just leaves the room. Sin follows soon after.
Yes, indeedy. Yes, I do. And I'm gonna skedaddly-doo out of here.
I always feel like somebody's watching me.
All right. I think that you guys can pretty easily make a getaway here. I'm not going to make any more rolls.
You guys eat your bugs and mushrooms, and then you leave and let Sin know so she can follow behind.
Yeah, you guys have already, established that you guys are ambassadors, quote unquote, and you've already done a leadership that they're more than fine with, so you just kind of follow them out. The only caveat is that now there's a weird shimmer following you around. But that wasn't unlike you, since it followed you in anyway. You guys reconvene with Yara near the getaway vehicle without needing a quick getaway.
I have to say, good job, you guys. You had me a little worried there, but it seems like things are going to work out.
It worked out very well. There's going to be additional snipers, and they're going to vamoose at the soonest sign of trouble. So they want to make sure that everything goes smoothly, and they're very, very aware that they don't want to be followed.
And I got to break some stuff. Wait a minute, snipers?
Yes.
You do not
They're-
engage.
They're going to set up before we arrive.
Okay, I want you to do
Let
something.
me handle that.
Yeah, I worked in that hangar for a few months. I probably know where they're going to be.
So I want you to handle something for me. I want you to keep an eye out for the snipers, since you can turn relatively invisible. I want you to keep track of the faces of each of them, so that we have other leverage and we know other members.
Oh, and I also have this, and pulls like out of their like armor, like pulls out a roll of papers. I thought this would be useful. It's fairly incriminating.
I take out my savant and just start taking pictures and scanning. Yeah, this will be useful.
Excellent.
Don't upload it to War Thunder.
I have my own. I have my own server. I told you I still am clearing out from the last search.
Don't put it on your Google Drive. Everyone can see that.
It's my private drive.
And we
All
still
right.
have the hard copies, so Sin is going to tuck them back into his armor.
Heavens bless Letnev paperwork.
Yeah, in quadruplicate.
In quadruplicate. Even
Hey,
the
they gotta pay their
incriminating
taxes
ones.
on their. They gotta make sure they pay their taxes, even if it's illegal taxes.
They're still using paper money on Arc Prime. Anyway, yeah. You guys are done here with this encounter. And you have until tomorrow, I guess, to make the drop-off and set things up.
Could we? I know we did a thing with tracking devices. What about listening devices? Would it be possible to like plant a few listening devices where we think snipers might be, if we go now?
You've already gone through efforts to find a tracking device today, so I'm going to say that you probably couldn't find one today again.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
What
might
I
not
think-
have time tomorrow either, but you
That's
have a
fair.
tracking device.
If you would
Yeah.
like to put the invisible being that doesn't need to sleep in to watch the setup so they know where everything is, you could do that too.
That,
I was gonna
that's
say,
probably good.
Yeah.
What I envision is like Nolly is more familiar with that hangar than probably anyone else, so she can coordinate with Zaldenrock and Sin to get them into the right positions where, like, you know, she knows what the high vantage points in the hangar
You-
are gonna
Right.
be.
You might have missed it, but it is a different hangar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They explicitly chose a different one that is halfway between where the hauler is stashed and the Letnev embassy, which again, that is halfway across the world.
And that
practically.
is the reason why.
They're basically
that's also
saying,
the
meet
reason
me
why-
in Paris.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's also the reason why I want the other the Sin to scout out the members, because we need to be able to see other faces, recognize from the crowd and things.
However, Nolly, you did kind of blurt that out. You could say that you used a story point, and you have worked there.
That seems reasonable. Yeah, maybe Nar had me do like some temp work for a different person.
Nar?
Oh, Nar.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't
Nar.
know. Oh, Nar. Yeah, I just kind of that's the name. He's a
Sar.
Sar. Yep, Nar the Sar.
Nar the
He's
Sar.
the yeah.
The ones with the more complicated names
He's
live
like-
in the outer rims.
Yeah, exactly. He's like the junk dealer who I was previously employed to.
Sorry, just creating an NPC.
Yep, KNARR.
Hold on, I spelled them wrong.
Yeah, he was a pretty good boss, but when he got mad at me, he would just say a bunch of stuff in Old Rageshi, which I think he didn't think I understood, and I don't understand most of it, but I understood some of the words.
I'm sorry you had to hear that.
Yeah, he said he was going to set me on fire a couple, or maybe that's not what he meant. I'm not sure. He said fire.
I am pretty sure that is not what he meant, but it's not as bad as you were thinking.
I think the feeling was similar though.
It was definitely an expression of displeasure.
You need
Yes.
anything, Sin, for your camp out, I guess? while we get the other pieces together?
Sure,
Give him more
I'm more
mushrooms.
than happy to. And you have my comm bead, so we can remain in touch once you get within range.
Holler set up.
Okay. So you guys set up for the next day. You head back, get the hauler, and then haul ass on the SRT using their like mass transport system.
Like a ferry style subway thing. For
Sure.
big vehicles or whatever.
We'll say that since it's such a large thing that needs to get shipped, it is going to cost 100 ore to get that thing like a quarter way across the world or the station this quickly.
Yeah, I'll just fork it over.
Sure. You're in
Thank you,
charge
boss.
after all. And are you guys going to fill Thraz in on what's going on since they're going to leave immediately afterward? Or are you going to let them get a head start and just rely on the tracker?
I think having him out of the way might be better, honestly. Having him be on
He doesn't
standby.
need to know shit. He can't be trusted.
I was gonna say it's almost like if we're trying to make this a covert operation, it almost makes more sense to inform the least amount of people possible. So like, there's the least risk that it's
Right.
obvious that we're following them once they leave.
The only thing I have a slight concern is, could we just kind of like slightly hand wave notifying the Nomad where the things are to pick up after we leave, possibly? Because we
Yeah, that's
leaving
fine.
those
Yeah,
Reapers.
he doesn't need to know. He only cares about the delivery
Yeah.
itself going to
Yeah.
Arc Prime.
I
Like,
just
I'm
mean
only
leaving
really
Reapers
interested in roles where things could go south, like if you chose
Yeah.
not to do something or
Okay,
something.
yeah. So we'll just say we did let the Nomad know to send another team to pick
Hey.
up the Reapers like an hour later. type thing.
okay. Because
Yeah.
Nomad doesn't need to know everything.
No,
Yeah.
and in fact, they probably shouldn't.
Yeah, just tell them the Reapers for the deal are going to be over here. Pick them up later. We're going to do our end.
All right. Sounds good. So, now we have the new situation. Nolly knows the hangar and knows where the snipers are going to be. And you guys said Sin is going to be inside of the hauler,
No, Sin was going to be in the hangar, seeing
In
where
the
they're
hangar.
setting up.
seeing where they're setting up. Okay.
Yeah,
So-
because Sin needs to look at all the faces. And
Okay.
Recognize
So
people.
Sin is going to be hiding somewhere.
I
Let me just.
I would also like to be on like environmental sniper area control.
Sure.
Yeah, I think my thought was like Nali might advise Aldenra like, oh yeah, this is the the part of the upper scaffolding to go to where like nobody normally goes, but you can see all the other scaffolding from, or something like that.
Yeah, it's a place that a kid could easily get into. Zaldenrock can get into with some effort, but it's a pretty good spot that the Letnev wouldn't think to go to. The Letnev are soldiers first, and spies second. You're able to get a good beat on them, and I'm going to say that you guys have 2 boosts to...
If it's another day, do we recover our strain and a wound again?
Yes. So everybody is
finally
all
healed.
empty strain, and gains back 1 wound.
Yay, my knee doesn't hurt anymore.
All right. Cool beans. So, let's see. Let's do Sin. Let's do a perception check for you, and I have given you 2 boost dice because both Zaldenrock and Nolly are helping you in their own ways. And
Okay,
in
so
fact,
perception-
I'm gonna get rid of one of those boost dice and turn it into an upgrade since I had Nolly spend a story point for this.
Okay, so perception.
Yep.
Here we go.
3 successes and a threat. Fantastic. I'll say you take 1 strain, but you have identified where pretty much, we'll say 3 snipers are. There's 3 successes. You have eyes on them. They have their eyes trained inward, and they are... It looks like they've been here for a while. It seems. But so has Zaldenrock. So once Sin is able to get eyes on them, they point out where each of those snipers are, and Zaldenrock gets their eyes on them. You have your beam rifle in hand, and have their eyes in hand. Okay. So what's next? Exchange?
yeah, unless some complications occur.
I mean, Shepard's expecting it, so definitely be like the bodyguard.
Yeah, I feel like Nolly and Shepard are still resuming their bodyguard roles from the previous encounter to try and make it more convincing.
Hey, look. It's the hauler. It's back.
Dakar.
Dakar. Ducker.
I'm using operations, not piloting. I just drive on this right side of the road at minimum speed.
It's driving, dude.
Operations instead of driving, just standing in the front seat, pointing to the wheel,
There
turn
we go.
left.
Yeah, operations is Tesla, turn right.
Cool.
Anyway, you guys arrive with the hauler, presumably. We'll say that the hauler arrives here just like before. And the first arrives. You also have eyes on the 3 snipers that are nearby. She has arrived with her captain, but her captain is further behind her because she has arranged this, and he is a little wary that something could go wrong. He is surrounded by, this time, Union soldiers. Let's get these guys. I still have them. Oh.
This was where they rematerialized to when they dematerialized in front of the embassy.
Yep.
You're in Paris now.
Oh, God damn it. Every time I paste it, it like teleports my screen to the direct bottom left. So I'll just say there's 3 of them here, but there's 3 more soldiers in the rafters. The first approaches you and says, "So, no tricks this time."
There were no tricks in the first place, just incompetence. We're trying to rectify that.
And I'm sure that it will go without a hitch this time. Please, unload the hauler. We will wait.
I'm gonna just knock on the hauler twice. It's like, all right, let's get to it.
Guess I just push the buttons in the cockpit to open it up and start like, whatever.
Yeah, Nolly and Shepard, I think, have the highest athletics, so they can like cart the thing out.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't need to be carted out, but the
Oh, it's like a hover thing.
the hauler is able to dispense its payload
Cargo.
almost,
Mhm.
and it becomes like, you know, one of those just it becomes a
It
flatbed.
floats like a carbonite.
Yeah.
fucking
It becomes like a
plate.
flatbed with a tall front because there's no longer a big box on the back of it.
Okay.
And,
How many days have passed since this meeting, by the way?
2 days.
Good. Just want to make sure I heal.
Yep. And all your strain is gone.
Yeah.
Alrighty. You unload the thing, and although I don't really have a box, I do have the device. The crystalline oscillator. They take their Dunlane Reapers off of their cargo. Ugh. Teleporting me to this goddamn corner of the screen. Stop it. There they are. We're in the wrong place, but we can fix that. Right. They unload their 3 Dunlane Reapers. One of them was severely damaged, so it makes sense that they are only willing to part with 3 for now. And they use the cranes in the hangar to do the exchange. It is loaded. The oscillator is loaded onto their ship. The first looks around the room at the chamber and kind of nods towards their snipers. And then she turns to the captain and does a Letnev salute and turns back to you, Gervalt. We thank the Nomad for doing business with us. And hopefully we can do more business in the future, as long as everything goes according to his description, and that this is, in fact, an adequate device. We will inspect it and make our way. Don't leave the hangar until we do. She turns heel and leaves.
All right.
I'm nervous about them inspecting it.
Can I inspect the Reapers?
Sure.
You can pass the time with that, yeah.
What do you want me to roll for Reapers?
Make a mechanics check, and I'll
Okay.
set it at, let's see. Set it at difficulty 2.
I'm not that bad at mechanics.
No.
I'm
3
good
successes.
At mechanics.
In fact,
There's 3 Reapers, and I got 3 successes.
Yeah, 1 per Reaper. I'm gonna see if there's any, like, lore information on these things. They're, what, heavy mechs? Yeah. Okay, there's not really any lore on them, but, I was just seeing if there's any in the book. But these are the pride of the Letnev barony. These are very powerful mechs with very powerful weapons on them. Most people would give an arm and a leg for these things. They are superior to most mechs in the galaxy. So, yeah, the Nomad has acquired 3 of them. It's not a bad purchase. It just kind of depends on what's in that vault that they think is worth this much.
I guess the reason I wanted to check on them was also to make sure, there wasn't a bomb put of them, for instance.
You don't detect any anomalies like that.
Okay. Alright. So I guess I'll just roll. They seem to be functioning properly. Nothing strange about them. They're good death machines.
Mm-hmm. They're great death machines.
As they should be. The pride of the Lednev government.
Of course. Although, found by Union people. Maybe they were stolen.
He gestures to them. This is what bureaucracy gets you.
The captain approaches with their guards in tow. Commander Gervalt Rondus Arcry, I presume?
Yes.
The vessel has met with our hopes and desires. We will conclude our business. You may leave.
Very well. It's I could have snapped my finger. It's everyone, get ready to depart.
You got it, boss.
They turn heel and march back to their ship. Their ship quickly departs as the snipers climb down out of the rafters and follow onto the ship, little guys going on to Noah's Ark. Then the thing takes off after some launch sequences. They are gone. Success. You guys regain all your stress.
Gotta rush gotta grab Calder's ear.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah, let's boogie the fuck out of here.
All right.
You
drive
taking
off.
The holler, right? Okay, we are taking the holler.
Yeah, I mean, it's still
We're
there.
not gonna
It's still
walk
good.
there.
Free car.
Okay.
Yeah. It'll cost another 100 to ship it back.
I can do it.
All right. Fantastic. You let the
Business
Nomad
expense.
know that those Dunlane Reapers are there, and, it's nice to get a good check-in to them, even if you don't need to give them every single detail.
Also,
And-
probably don't want to leave deadly mechs unattended for too long.
Yeah, that's probably good. All right. You guys get in contact with Thraz? Oh, of course. I have managed to, get us a much better ride. Of course, the other one was far too small for such massive figures like yourselves. Tell me, where's the cargo that we are shipping?
You're
It's
following.
us.
I was under the assumption that we were going to transport the crystalline oscillator that the Nomad had prepared for. No?
We have
already
made
took
the
care of it.
exchange, and now we need you to follow. Hopefully, this newly acquired ship is speedy enough.
We were uncertain if you could guarantee travel that would sustain all of us in a comfortable setting.
Well, we will certainly be traveling in comfort then, shall we? He's wringing his hands together and kind of grumbling to himself.
Gritting his teeth.
Can I do some sort of inside check? Was he trying to double cross so he could sell the thing?
Sure. Make a... I think it's still perception, unless maybe this is a case of vigilance, but I'm not sure. What do you guys think?
To the Skittles section.
To the
I mean,
Skittles?
I'm fine with perception.
I think perception seems to work out fine.
Okay. Then let's do a perception check. I will set the difficulty at a fairly good difficulty because he has some cool. So
Does
you
anybody
are
else also notice this and maybe would be like, kind of keeping eyes too? Is
I am paying attention because I was the one who delivered this news.
So the only thing I want to chime in with
Yes.
is when I said check the skills section, that's just so specifically under perception, it says your character is being lied to and you're trying to find out if your character noticed or not. It would be vigilance instead of perception.
okay. Thank you. That is kind of what I was looking for. So it's actually
Yes.
going to be a vigilance check. Since Sin also said that they are kind of taking note of this, but since Shepard was the first to ask, Shepard will make the check. I'll give you a boost.
let me know when I can roll.
You can roll. Okay. You're not sure what their true intentions were, but they definitely seemed uncomfortable, at the very least.
I'm gonna use those advantages on.
You can learn a flaw.
Yeah, that
we
could
already
actually
know
be a
flaw
good
about
one.
We can confirm the flaw.
Yeah,
Well,
right. Yeah.
He's
That he's just
greedy.
a greedy bastard and that we can't trust him. Right?
Okay, hold on.
Well, yes,
And
but
social results. So learn strength or flaw, or I can add like
Actually, what is his strength? I'm more curious about that. Like, what is he even good
sure.
at?
Yeah,
Okay,
I'll,
sure.
I can use advantage on that. How about that?
Hell of a bargainer.
I'm going to say that you have learned his strength, and his strength is that he is witty.
That's a strength.
He uses his
According
charm,
to Chris, it
usually.
is.
Shut up. He
He
uses his wit to strengthen and bolster his rolls. And he uses generally his charm to like try to stay alive and stuff. He does so by making quips, by making jokes, by making people feel comfortable.
he's slimy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A person like you of such upstanding, position wouldn't stoop so low as to swindle me.
You wouldn't punch a Hakan with glasses, would you?
Yeah, he just does one-liners.
A beautiful man like you needs a beautiful ship. Here you go.
Yes.
All right. So he takes you guys in to the hangar where you guys agreed to meet him, and he says, "Behold, it has some other name, but I renamed it. It is the Kinro Gauntlet." Not bad, isn't she? And I guess anybody that knows mechanics, I suppose.
So it's
Probably
so,
Yara.
I
Yara and Ollie.
Yeah.
Can I give Nolly a boost?
Well, you actually have
I'm not
better
gonna-
mechanics than I do.
Oh, okay. I'll do it then.
Okay. I'll say.
Nolly-
Because I have green plus a boost die from Noodle. That's what I have.
I
Baseline.
have just a yellow and 2 greens. So,
Yellow and
yeah.
2 greens is better.
Okay.
Yeah, then 3 greens and a boost.
Yeah, a yellow is better than a boost because a boost has like a third chance of failure, and a yellow has like a 75% chance of success.
Okay. So do I get a boost? We're
I'm
both
gonna give you a
on?
boost from Nolly.
Okay.
Mhm.
Should I add it, or are you adding it?
I've
to
added it.
already.
I have
Just
added it.
roll in a mechanic check.
I also have a portable toolkit, but I don't think that necessarily.
Only advantages.
Okay.
Well, I will say
Well-
that this thing has been heavily modified. It does not look like it's from specifically a rental agency of any sort. It's definitely from some guy that probably just gave it to him.
This is why I can't figure out it directly.
So wait. So
It's-
what class of ship is it?
The class is a carrier.
Okay,
That
it's
is
a carrier.
the only thing that you can tell from it.
I actually
all
have a
the
question
other.
if we could learn at least one other thing from it.
What other thing would you like to learn?
Is it what race makes it? Is it a Hakan carrier? Is it a
I was about to
Latnev
get into
carrier?
that.
Oh, okay, cool.
It is made from myriad parts. It is almost indistinguishable from its original design. It is a
Hmm.
hunk of junk, if you were to look at the Millennium Falcon and call it that.
Nice.
What happened to the other ship? Did you just sell it?
Well, the other ship is in the shop, you know? Besides, this one is much better, much bigger, much more spacious, and very, very sturdy. He
Does it
whacks
have an
aside
LD
and a
drive?
panel falls off, and he's like, very, very sturdy. As soon as Jeffrey, fix this panel before we leave, you guys ready to leave? You got rations and stuff?
I feel like we should check over the ship.
Nolly, help me fix the ship.
Oh, okay, I'll try and take a look.
Inspection.
Does this thing have a light speed? What is it? An L drive? Is what they call it?
FTL drive.
FTL drive? Does it have an FTL drive? Because that might be important.
It does.
Okay. Just have to make sure it holds together.
Yes, this thing can
Clarification,
achieve.
Does everybody have their suits?
I have my suits.
Yeah, I mean,
I
everyone
might-
has access to their suits.
I might use a storyport to make sure the ship is in decent enough condition. But it might not count for, because I can use resourceful to basically repair an item, but this kind of is more than an item. But could I use that to like?
I don't know if we need to do another mechanics check to know if it's in working order, right?
Okay.
I don't know.
Well,
If it-
you've already
some-
done a mechanics check. This is basically redoing the check. You don't know much
Okay.
more about it. You just know that it's made from disparate parts, and that at least one shielding panel fell off, but it was a small one. So, like,
I mean,
Okay.
Nolly could
Alright.
redo the check then. Yeah.
All right, Nolly could fix the panel at least.
okay, we'll allow Nolly to do a mechanics check as they offer to step in and fix the panel. I'll say that this one's a bit more difficult, though.
Mhm.
You may
Did
attempt.
he call the person to fix this thing, or was it a robot, or what was that?
He called some guy named Jeffrey.
Oh, you're not Jeffrey.
Hang on, Jeffrey. The kids got it. Save on parts and hourly. you can finish your lunch, Jeffrey.
God, I'm trying to mate Yordian couplers to Hakan plating.
So, you take. Are you gonna take strain? Maybe. Yeah, I'll just say you take 2 strain or something.
Yeah.
But otherwise, you fix the panel, and thanks to your mechanics check being a success, you are able to give the ship a good glance over. It needs a little. It needs a little stuff like it needs like a refill of fluids, and maybe it needs like one of its like thrusters like adjusted or something. It needs maintenance.
It's on
But-
60,000 light years maintenance, like, checkup
Yes. But it
Ugh.
will function. It's just that the check engine light is on.
Yeah, that's exactly
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
That's what I was trying to get to, and I eventually got there.
Look, sometimes check engine light doesn't turn on for that shit. You just have to go in and get it all done. Or your
Nolly,
transmission stops working.
Nolly points out the little blinking light, and throws your. Oh no, I slipped.
Thraz.
Thraz. My veneer of thinking that this is a different person is
Yeah.
okay.
You already know he's wearing a mask.
He's one of the lords of Arc Prime.
Yes.
Oh.
Thraz leans over and says, "Don't worry about that. It needs to go back to the dealer to reset the thing. We'll do it when we get back, shall we?" He pats Nolly on the shoulder.
Okay.
Yeah,
What-
run along, run along.
What are the
dwarf.
armaments in this thing?
The armaments. It has 2 defensive beam turrets.
Okay.
They are
Wow,
minor things. They only do 2 damage.
it
But-
really is a Millennium Falcon.
It
Yeah.
can cut down weeds in bushes. Well, we're in good hands.
Yeah, they're not particularly powerful. This thing is meant for hauling cargo. There are 5 crew roles on the ship. They are operator, captain, navigator, engineer, and cargo master. Let me duplicate this. This is something that I didn't set up, even though I could have and should have. I'm going to duplicate this object. I'm going to rename it so it's proper noun.
Is this under like the stellar transport?
It is
Template?
a stellar transport template.
Okay. No,
I'm-
I was just wondering about the template so I can like look at the roles and stuff.
Well, soon you will have it.
Oh,
All right. I'll put this in the characters folder. You can now see the Kinro Gauntlet. You just have to go to the vehicle sheet of the tab.
Nice.
Oh no, it didn't copy any of the values, did it?
No, it's
oh
all
yeah, everything's
zero.
empty.
Hell, but I copied it.
What the heck?
Okay, well, that's unusual. Why would it do that? I'm a little upset at that because you guys should be able to use this.
Is it one of those permission thing that you were struggling with the other group?
No, that was simply the API thing. I'm gonna try and copy it again. Do. I'm sorry for this. Why don't we take a small break?
Yay!
Sure.
All right, sounds good.
Roleplay
BRB.
amongst yourselves.
Yes.
Why
I'll-
are you not having fun?
I'll
Explicitly.
put up the BRB screen, but I won't mute anything.
Oh god, my foot is asleep. Jesus
Mhm.
Christ.
Okay, I'm gonna try and duplicate this again. Okay. No. I'm gonna delete this one. Rename this one. Okay.
Vehicle sheet is still blank.
Is it?
Yeah.
It literally isn't on my end. That's...
Oh, I clicked sync pool with GM and it updated everything.
Oh.
Yep, that'll do it.
I'm back.
Gaming.
But it seems like I have to do that as well. Sync pool with GM. It did. Okay, well, once everybody gets back, I don't know if it solved it for everybody else, but it didn't solve it for my personal camera character.
Mm.
But once everybody's back, we should be able to update it. Thank you.
Yeah, my hand was hovering over there. It's like, no, this can't be it. That's too dumb. Of course it works.
Yeah, in my head I was just like, you know what? I wonder if the way they wrote the API, you need to just click that to sync the sheet. And I was like, oh, all right.
All right.
Like, this is dumb. This
Like, I
shouldn't
wonder
work.
if you modified something on someone's character sheet, if when they hit sync pool with GM, it would update on their end as well. I wonder if what it actually does in the background is it syncs the entire sheet.
I guess it makes
I'm back.
sense. Okay, so go to so you'll have a pop up of the ship. Go to the vehicle tab, and then click on the sync with the GM.
The story point sync pool with the GM, because that is what fixes it.
I actually see a bunch of info on it anyway.
Oh, you do?
Okay.
So maybe it updated everybody else.
Mm. Can you pop up that sheet again? Because I'm hitting the button and it's doing nothing. It just says 0, 0. Boop.
Are you at the vehicle
Yeah.
tab?
Do you have the option to click? Because the interesting... Oh, okay, actually.
We are all seeing the same sheet.
No, what I was going
right?
to say to you, Ali, is like at the top with the Dice and Destiny pool, can you click sync pool with GM, like where the story points are?
Christopher!
I'm not
clicking
doing
it.
that. Somebody
Okay,
keeps
then we
closing
are
it.
all sharing it.
Yes, we are all sharing the same sheet.
Yeah, it's already... I don't need to then, because it's already synced. It's already... I had
Okay,
a
you said
different
you couldn't
sheet.
see everything.
Yeah, I had a different sheet up that was on its own, just said 0, 0. So
Okay,
whatever
that was
update
probably
you
the
made-
previous one,
Yes.
because I deleted that one.
'Cause I have no clue why this is going on, and because I walked away to pee.
Oh,
Oh yeah, okay, we took a break. You said break time.
I did. But
Just
this
now
was
I've got,
from
like-
before.
Now I have like 5 different Kinro gauntlet sheets on my screen.
They're
Should only
multiplying.
have one. You can access it via the journal under the
It's because
characters
it was
folder.
opened multiple times.
Okay, well you can close all of them, and then you
Yeah,
can
I did.
open the one. in the
I
characters.
know how closing works.
Okay.
It's already been
So
done.
if you hit the X in the top right corner, Ali,
Thank you. I'm actually on a Mac. It's on the left.
That's fucking
I
horrible.
forgot about that.
I don't think it would be for inside of Roll20.
No.
Like, I don't have a gun, but I'm like immediately like reaching for one. It's like, that's horrible.
Nah.
So,
I'm glad I switched.
the reason that I want you guys to have access to this is that if you scroll down, you will find crew roles.
Yes.
You can type your character's name into there, and then if you hit the die, if your name is typed in properly, you will roll using your skill.
Does the navigator have to use computers?
Uh,
I think so because it's a bigger ship. It's not piloting a bolt ship.
yes.
Oh, because you're not the navigator is the course piloting person, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah. Basically, on the skill list, piloting is not among them, so I'll have to pick something else.
No, this is an operation-based ship.
Yeah. So I could be engineering, I guess,
That's fine.
because I have mechanics, green plus boost.
Definitely sounds like somebody has computers, or perhaps
I'll go in
operation.
there.
Shouldn't you be the okay? So Nolly's the engineer. Okay.
Well, because I don't have computers, I don't have operating, I don't have leadership, I don't have coordination. I have piloting.
Oh yeah, I have the difficulty set at 3. I'll get rid of the difficulty for now.
But as long as your personal dice are matching, it should work. So okay,
Yeah.
okay, so it is synced. But this is what I get for making the name too long for my character. I just have the entire thing in.
Yep. Has to be perfect. Is that accurate to your mechanics?
It is not accurate to my mechanics because I have an extra boost on my mechanics from Noodle. So I wonder if I put 1B on the ship's skill sheet. I'm gonna
Yeah,
try
the
that.
dice section.
Yeah.
Yep.
No.
I'm not seeing any modification on the dice thing for the ship.
Oh, let me.
It would be like next to the
Skills.
engineer role.
Oh, next to the engineer role. I went and did the mechanics on its sheet.
No.
Okay.
That shouldn't affect it at all because it's not looking at that. But it might not be able to see any modifiers on your sheet.
Yeah, I can. Oh, modify. Here we go. No. Yeah, I don't have a field to like type in 1B on crew roles.
That's right next on the dice.
Oh, dice. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I just put it in there. Is that how
There we
the notation goes?
Yeah.
We'll do lowercase just in
yeah,
case.
lowercase.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, that works fine.
Fantastic. And I guess Sin has taken the role of cargo master.
It makes sense because his coordination is high. He has 1 yellow and 3 green.
All right. Who's going to be our operator? If nobody takes it, then it's probably going to be Thraz.
Is it, wait, huh.
Yeah, I mean, Zeldenrock's not doing anything right now, but he has calibrations.
What is it for?
Operating.
Operating.
Oh god, I'm not that great at that.
Yeah, I don't think anyone is good at operating.
Do you have
Well,
computers?
I am, but the thing is, like, I could be the operator if you guys want.
I feel like you should be the captain, though.
Well, there's... that's true.
Who's good at leadership though? If the captain isn't.
That's the thing. I could do operating. I have green. The only difference is I lose a boost die versus being the mechanics guy. That's all.
I don't know. I feel like Zoldenrock could definitely operate this ship, potentially, depending on if this rumor is real or not.
That's stereotyping.
Well, I don't have...
He's a bird.
But it's piloting versus operating.
I understand that. Look, it just says, rather talented behind the controls of a ship. I don't know the difference.
That's pretty pretty vague.
Could be either one.
I'm still gonna...
Yes, for
Zoldenrock.
Well, we're gonna learn about the truth
piloting,
about that.
but not mechanics. That's
We're gonna
the
learn the
thing.
truth about that rumor real quick, aren't we?
Right.
What about this? How is your computers, Shane?
Me? My computers?
Yes.
Bad.
Okay. Because
Like 2 green.
2 green. And your operating is also 2 green, I assume?
Yes.
Okay. What about your mechanics?
2 green.
Okay.
We're not very...
He is a combat character.
We have 3 int-based roles to fill, and only 2 characters who have 3 int to spare. Me and Yara.
Okay.
Well, actually, the other thing is Sin. If your computer's mechanics are operating are like at least 3 green, then I'm sure Zaldenrock has coordination.
Oh, I do, yeah.
Shepard
A
doesn't
yellow
have
and 3
anything.
green.
Medicine, brawn. No.
Okay, so the only thing that I have, because again, I only have 2 int, is I do have a ranking computer, so I have 1 yellow, 1 green.
That's
I say we do
Okay.
that then. So Yara, I'll take operating. You can take engineer because you have good mechanics.
Okay.
I have baseline 3 green in operating, so it's better than nothing.
Kimmy.
What happened to that? There we go.
Well, then what am I?
Oh,
then
no.
you are navigator. Right? Because of computers?
Yeah, if you have computers, then you should be navigator. Since I also have mechanics, so I can swap.
What was the top one?
Top one was
Operation?
no,
No.
top one
Pilot.
was navigation.
No, top one is pilot.
Operations.
Yeah,
It's
operations
pilots,
is
yeah.
top one.
Will be more distinct.
Yeah, pilot's fine, yeah.
Operator.
Because I would love
think
it's like,
that's
yes,
what it
roll, pilot, skill, operating. Not piloting? Oh, what?
Yeah, right, exactly. I would love if there was a pilot.
All right. Shepard and Zaldenrock. Either of you want to be the cargo master?
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah,
It's also
Zaldenrock's
one.
cargo.
I am
Yeah.
just cargo. I still have a sticker on me. He can watch me.
Yeah, you still haven't taken that off, huh?
No. I might go and investigate the ship to see if there's, like, anything that needs to be, like, maintained.
That's fair.
All right. Fair enough.
Jesus Christ.
Check
That's what
for
happens when
I
you're
wasted.
unopposed.
Wow.
You're the right man for the job.
Hey,
This
do
is
we
like
need any of the and then Zaldenrock hands them the cargo before they even need it. Oh yeah, thanks. All right. So
He's alphabetized the wrenches. I don't know.
So, Shepard, you're looking around the ship. The ship is rather spacious, but most of the empty space is cargo, meant to, hold the huge vehicle that you were trying to bring with you before. But
Sure. I mean, we could prove that there's no other living organisms or anything else that, Thraz might be trying to bring along with us with a scanner. So I could do that.
I have a scanner I could loan you.
Aren't you doing work right now?
I'm just saying, if you want a scanner, I could loan you a scanner.
I have a scanner.
Okay.
a quintessensor.
Yeah.
I literally have a quintessensor. Cool.
The quintessential
Well,
sensor.
They both
they-
have one. So, Shepard, you can use yours. We're going to set the... Nope, that's the wrong sheet. Vehicle sheet. Yours is a different character sheet. We're going to set the difficulty. And I'm going to upgrade it once.
Oh, thanks.
You can roll.
What am I rolling?
Oh yeah, that's a good point. We'll call this a skullduggery. No, we'll call this perception.
Okay. I was gonna say, I'm not really doing
Yeah.
anything
Yeah.
cunning. Great.
It
Okay.
adds a success, though, doesn't it, a quintessensor?
Oh. Doesn't it? I don't know what it is.
I didn't add anything or change anything.
The quintessensor allows your character to conduct a wide range of passive and active scans, and it provides a blah 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 blah. When trying to scan or analyze an object or location, adds a success to the result of
Yeah.
any perception or vigilance check. Oh, but I guess it wasn't perception or vigilance.
No, it was.
It was perception.
I
Okay.
changed it to perception.
Yeah, so it would be one success then with a threat.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Put that down somewhere in your notes for when you use a quintessensor again.
In my notes.
So success and threat, I'll say you take on 1 stress. And I will say that you have discovered that there are living organisms on the ship.
Great.
Smuggling stuff.
Better
with
not be
us.
tribbles.
Well, yeah, I was to say what type of living organisms. This might be something where Shepard just kind
How
of
do I know
takes
that?
them and now they are new pets.
There are a whole stack of empty crates, like these sort of futuristic metal crates that have like almost electronic locks.
Sure, milk carton crates, but they look cooler.
Yeah, they're environmental stuff. So beyond those empty crates, there are a bunch of full crates that are giving off these readings. You open one of the crates, and you can see that there are lots and lots of dried food stores in there, which doesn't seem that unusual.
Pretty standard. We knew we were bringing food. It's gonna be like
Do
a
they
2-week
have
trip, right?
mice?
Make a knowledge science check.
God. I am not trained. So
And it is
knowledge?
just an intelligence check, yes. Success with 2 threat.
All the threat.
Okay. Interesting.
Just stressed out.
I'm just gonna turn my little dude yellow.
Just leave your character yellow. You're always getting stressed out.
Okay.
Me and Zolden rock distress.
You
Russ.
you recall that these are a invasive species to the planet of Arc Prime and Ren Terra. However, they are considered a delicacy there, and they are outlawed and illegal there, but they can fetch a huge price on the black market.
Delicacy for eating? Luxury, like having in their house? Like if
Delicacy
used for
as in
something?
delicious.
Okay, just checking.
Dungeon meshy.
Yes.
With your threat, you see Thraz kind of walking towards you and he goes, hello! Those, please do not bother with those. Those are going to be for sold in, those are going to be sold as part of my,
This is food.
Yes, I'm
This
going to
is
sell food
sustenance
to the
for
Letnev.
the party.
Yes and no. I will not be giving you any of the food, but I will use this to purchase better food. Yes. You eat sand and stuff, right?
Correct.
Good.
But my
This can buy
friends do
lots of sand. Yes? And you all brought rations, yes?
Yara did make a point to buy a decent amount of rations to put in the trunk.
Your
I
party
didn't buy any
will be
rations.
well accommodated for, and I will buy you all the precious sand that you want, as long as we keep this on the down low, yes?
This sounds like you're trying to attempt to smuggle in illegal vegetables. I assume they're veggies.
So you're familiar with this species, Well, listen, it's going to take so much time to get these off of the ship, and we have so much space to cover and the trackers to follow. Maybe we'll take care of this later, yes?
In situations of possible starvation, I will mention that this exists to the rest of the members.
Sure, when the need arises. He kind of winks at you.
Does not compute.
Wait,
even
wait, and you just probably walk away from it at this point.
Oh yeah, 100%. Just gonna walk away. And the first person I'm literally just gonna tell them, hey, we've got extra food. This is gonna be great. You know, we have everything that we need in case something happens and we get stuck in the middle of space. I can feed all of these tiny creatures. I'm also going to take some of them. I'm gonna start cultivating it somewhere.
Oh, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
If you tell Yara, she just goes, but I already got about 150 G's worth of food. I wanted to make sure we were good. I mean, there's extra?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we should be fine. I doubt this is going to take more than a month. Brought enough for at least 3 weeks.
Literally, there's gonna be like little plants popping up everywhere in like the kitchenette or something. I'm just gonna try and like make them grow.
Okay, you can try your hardest at that.
If a robot has a green thumb.
That'd be great.
All right, the
Sim
ship.
Titans
takes
do
out
that.
his red knitted scarf and puts it around his neck.
All right,
Going cozy mode.
going
Yes.
cozy.
Exactly.
It's going to take several days of travel to get out there, so we might as well get comfy. The ship is kind of a rust bucket. All the walls need some care to get back up to a nice shiny sheen. And
I'll
it
help with cleaning. rust is full of minerals that are
Nom,
good
nom, nom,
for
my
growing
God.
plants.
Oh my god.
Shepard takes out their brush attachment and starts vacuuming the walls,
Hell yeah.
spraying them with
Alright,
certain
Roomba.
chemicals.
Rust is bad for ships, but good for plants.
Yara is obsessed with trying to make sure this thing isn't gonna fall apart on anybody.
Sure. You took up the mantle of engineering, so you're constantly going around the ship making sure that things look nice. What's everybody else doing as this thing gets underway? I'll definitely say that at this point Thraz has battened down the hatches, and you guys have taken off in the Kinro Gauntlet. It takes a bit to start up, but it works. There's a weird beeping noise that Thraz turns off after a while because it was getting annoying, but
It's
you're
a seatbelt
flying.
noise.
So
It's a stupid thing, but
Yeah.
take story point away that beeping noise. I can fix one thing per session. I want to fix that damn beeping.
That's fair. We're all gonna go insane
Yeah.
because of the beeping noise.
okay, I'm gonna say that that beeping was it was something wrong with the computer itself. It was overheating, and I'm gonna give you a boost to your current operations check, or rather, computers check. Yes,
I'm
computers
doing-
check.
Okay, so do a computer's check with a boost.
Yes, I will give the boost, and I will make it difficulty 2. And this is to implement the tracking system into the ship's computer.
Okay. Do I have anything that helps? I think I got everything already. All right, that's
2
pretty
successes, 2 advantage. You guys pick up the tracking system. It's now integrated into the ship's navigation. So I'm just going to say you have a permanent boost to operations checks made to, like, navigate.
Nice.
Oh,
Just-
that's a relief.
good. Just
do you
one of
wanna-
these days, the panel is open and you just hear Yara swearing in the side of it. It's like, how is this wiring done? God
Yeah.
dang it! There's
No,
no
like-
battery here. It's just, oh my god.
I don't want to point out the obvious, but you are a brown, hairy engineer on the Millennium Falcon.
I was gonna say, because Yara is a Sar, like Yara's swearing in Old Rageshi, and Nali's like,
Oh, I know that word.
Just hear a bunch of like growls and like.
Oh, you shouldn't
Look.
know that word.
Look, Dan,
You only say that when you're really frustrated, like now.
Oh, Nar called me that all the time.
You're not
Ooh.
supposed to call people that. You're supposed to call
You're either
things
gonna
that.
be Chewy or a Porg. I think Chewy is better than a Porg.
right.
Nolly's the
Oh,
porg.
dear. Sin is going to go around and look for things that are his special color.
There's plenty of rusty things, but those aren't particularly pretty.
Mm.
Oxide, very brown.
Undesirable.
Yeah.
Do you want to use a story point and name something that's on the ship?
If-
We could tie in all the problems very, very quickly. The panels are being undone by Shepard to plant things. Yara's going in there to fix the panels, and then revealing all the red wires for Sin.
Okay.
It's just an option. You can do whatever you want.
I mean, yeah, no, I'm going to use a story point. Sorry, guys.
Go for it.
Right? What did you find?
I am going to find. I'm going to break off. No. Maybe.
Yes. Do it.
There's a lever that has a red handle. And Sin is going to get fixated, poke at it, and then try and take it.
You try and take the lever. Klaxons start blaring, and you become suddenly very aware that everybody on the ship is probably going to hear that shit.
Does that mean that there's red flashing lights?
Absolutely.
Okay, Sin gets very overwhelmed and tries to find a place to hide.
All right. You attempt to find a place to hide, and you duck into a hallway, and I'm going to use a story point now to fight back against you, kind of.
That's
Dude.
acceptable.
Let's do that. Braz is going to rush in and go, what's going on? Yara,
It was red and now everything is red and now that I need to hide.
So it's like, look, I pulled on the red thing and now all the lights are red.
that must be related somehow. Nolly, I said Yara, but Nolly, you're operating the ship currently.
Yes.
You see something something blaring on the computer that says that the cargo space has been opened
Oh no.
to the
Oh, no.
outside of space.
Did we just vent all our cargo?
My plants.
Well, we
yet.
is being a little generous.
Okay, I just vent all the cargo. I can go out and
Hey.
get it. Just tie a rope to me.
Okay, is Zaldarok on his knees going, my cabbages? Because
You all disturbed my cargo. Pest control.
How quickly is the rest of the
Can
crew
I-
able to figure out what happened?
I was just about to say, yeah, can I try and like frantically close, like abort operation, shut the cargo bay kind of a thing?
Yeah, like,
Absolutely. Let's call that a computers check.
Okay.
Hold on, I need to set the difficulty.
Mhm.
We'll say difficulty 2. This is fine.
Sure.
The manual override of the manual thing. Oh my
Well,
This
goodness.
is an interesting. What do you do with this?
You instinctively, using your sleeper agent tech, go to the button that closes the cargo bay doors. There's a vague memory of you needing to do so, like when somebody was like rushing onto the ship and you needed to like
Yeah.
make a quick getaway or something. Perhaps
Yeah, like-
in another
yeah, yeah,
life or in
Nolly-
a training sim.
Like the alarms blare and Nolly's eyes kind of, she does like 1,000-yard stare for a sec and then focuses on the consoles and her fingers just fly across them typing in codes.
Yep, the manual override has been automatically overrided. Over.
Stress?
No, not stress. Not stress.
Gonna
What
have
did
to
we lose?
gonna have to back the ship up to pick up everything.
I'm going to say that some things have fallen off the ship. We need specifically somebody that can master this cargo.
It's my job, I guess.
Yeah.
Just
Can
hear
I,
on the
like-
loudspeaker, Zaldan Rock, stuff fell off the ship. Get a
I can
spacesuit on.
see that. It's clear that somebody fucked it up.
Okay, so the cargo bay doors suddenly started opening while Zaldan Rock was just kind of twiddling their thumbs in the cargo bay. As it slowly started opening, let's see if you could have gotten to your spacesuit on time
Oh,
and
Jesus, what
handled
if-
the coordination of this.
Hey, great character portrait you made for me. The character died though. So.
The curse
Hey,
continues.
This time it wasn't gravity, though.
Mm.
Yeah,
Is that
med bay.
lack
Like
thereof?
All right,
Alright, so what do I need here?
I'm going to have you make a coordination check. I've set the difficulty
Okay.
at 3.
Alright, it's good.
Yep.
Oh my
Oh no.
god, I'm dead.
Okay.
Not immediately.
My final message. Goodbye.
save the cargo.
So I'm going to say you managed to get a breather mask on, like an emergency one that has like a limited oxygen supply. Thankfully, because there's plenty of different ones for different species on this ship.
Oh, it's fitted for beaks. Good.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's like we'll say it's like a ring that goes around like your shoulders. Then you press a button and then it just encapsulates your head with like a force field.
okay, it's a bubble.
Yeah, it creates a bubble. You managed to get one of those, but you failed to like stow down the cargo. So your advantage gave you a bit of safety, but you failed to do your cargo duties. You are also flung outwards out of the cargo bay.
Sin's gonna fix it.
Is anybody else? So Sin did a bad thing. Nolly did a good thing. Zaldenrock accidentally failed to help himself. What is everybody else doing?
I'm gonna yell to reverse course to let the cargo and the crewmen in. I'm gonna tell Yara. I'm gonna on the comms. Yara, prepare for medical.
All right. Yara's gonna drop what she's doing and head to medical.
Fantastic.
I have no skill besides telling people what to do their jobs.
I'm also gonna let people know because I assume that we probably had my stuff in the cargo bay. That there's also a spacesuit in there in case anybody needs it.
Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
just gonna go to an emergency airlock and go get him.
That's
Yeah, that's what Sin
Do
wants
your
to
thing.
do that.
Can you fly in space, or do you need a tether?
You need a tether or propulsion.
I believe spacesuit will allow you to move in space without counting as difficult terrain. So you
Spacesuit is for
no.
carbon based.
It's still considered difficult terrain. I took a talent specifically to negate that, so I move through space like it's not difficult terrain.
Okay.
Okay.
I think I have like natural propulsions. I have to double check.
And the spacesuit is more than just vacuum protection. It also has like mag boots and stuff.
Mhm.
And radiation protection.
Yeah.
I think we eat I think both Sin and Shepard just eat radiation and weird shit, so we're good.
That's why we need the Xeno med bay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna have Gervalt. I'm gonna have you make a hold on, either leadership or discipline check, whichever is better for you.
leadership.
Everybody and cool.
Tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready. Okay, that's pretty good. So I'm treating this almost like the fire discipline action, which normally is to help allies in combat. But instead, I'm going to say that you're going to grant a boost to a crew member, like a boost die, plus 1 ally per 2 successes. So,
Who's doing the rescue?
So I'm going to say that you can give 2 allies a boost. It sounds like Sin is going to rush to the rescue. Sounds like Nolly needs to turn around.
Okay,
you did explicitly order them, so I would give it to them.
Okay,
I'm gonna wait
those two
at
get a boost.
the hatch. That way, when Sin brings back Zoldenrock, I can do a quick medical check before Yara takes over.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, sounds good. So Nolly, let's have you turn the ship around. You're probably going to need to at least get close before Sin can actually make a worthwhile rescue attempt. Because, I mean,
Okay.
Ships travel fast.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't want to smush them.
So I'm going to have you make an operations check. I said that the thing has a boost for tracking, but not necessarily for this.
Right.
But Gervalt gives you 1 boost anyway.
Okay. I think I'm going to spend a story point to upgrade this roll.
I have set the upgrade at +1.
Okay, and do you have the boost already rolled in as well?
Yes.
Okay, great.
You may roll. Operation. 1 success.
Well,
A narrow
You did it.
success. It's a
There you
tiny
go.
window, but a living organism pops up on the sensors. They are, of course, miles away right now, but you are able to quickly get to a stop, and using their sights on the sensors, you're able to get close enough to Zoldenrock to create a rescue attempt. As Gervalt is yelling out orders, Sin is already on the approach. So, Sin, now we're going to need to do some sort of, I guess, coordination check?
Okie dokie.
It sounds like you researched navigating a vacuum. Do you know if there's like a certain check for that?
No, I don't.
Okay, actually, I have it on the GM sheet in front of me. Let's see. Difficult terrain or 0 gravity. Twice as many maneuvers to move through. Okay, that's fine.
But my talent negates that.
I think it's just rough terrain. That's all it is.
Low gravity is also up to 3 setback dice to brawn and coordination checks. So, does your talent give you a reduction in that?
No, it takes care of the rough terrain, so I can move. Hold on. Let me read it specifically.
Okay. Yeah, because this is all new to us.
And oddly, your spacesuits also might have a thing if you're wearing something.
It means that I don't need to take additional maneuvers. There was a specific one that gave a bonus for space travel that was Twilight Imperium specific, but I didn't need any of that. So I just went with the more generic one.
Okay. So I'm gonna say that it's not difficult terrain, so you can travel quicker in it, which is fine. But I am going to give you the full 3 setbacks because there's no gravity. This is going to be a fairly difficult rescue mission. So I'm setting
Are
the
you
difficulty
wearing
at 3.
anything that helps? Because
Yeah,
sometimes
you do have one boost from Gervault ordering you, like commanding you around. Is there any way that we could possibly boost this up?
I mean, we have one more story point.
For armor, I'm saying to check and see if there's any boost to it of any kind.
We could have more than one story point. I mean, just saying that Nolly has an ability to get more if we need them.
So here's the thing, Chris. My ability is I have to spend a triumph or boosts from my rolls in order to activate it. And my last 3 rolls, I have only rolled successes.
Understand.
No triumphs or advantages.
Understandable.
Okay. Fork. Okay, so I think it's worth because saving Zalden Rock, so I'm going to use the last story point. Sorry, y'all.
Okay.
No, it's worth to save a PC. It's worth it.
It is.
Mhm.
This is going to be a coordination check.
You're good at it's just rough out there. Oh no!
Oh my.
Yeah, this was a very difficult check.
Hmm.
You got 1 advantage, so I'm gonna say you're keeping cool. And I'm gonna add a boost to the next check to Zalden Rock. It's not like you can fly or anything, but you can also attempt to navigate in the same conditions. You just don't have the same bonuses that Sin had.
We're also good at coordination, though. It'll be fine.
No story points, so that's unfortunate.
Yep, but you have a boost because Sin was able to navigate a bit close to you with the advantage. I'm giving you a boost.
All right.
And if I
So
have
it's
to fly the ship closer, I might get advantages and can bring us back some story points.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right, so it's ready.
Yep,
Perfect.
even worse. Only slightly worse. Okay. I'm gonna say you take a strain.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah, you take 1 strain. I'm also gonna
And?
say that you suffer 3 wounds.
Oh yeah, that's correct.
Your blood's starting to boil.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel?
And that's gonna happen once per round.
That sounds about right.
Because you are not in a spacesuit, you just have access to air. Okay, Shepard, what were you doing? I think you blurted
Waiting.
out something.
She was by the cargo bay
I
doors.
was, yeah,
You're waiting to receive. Okay,
right.
understood. Do you want to do anything
I
before
mean, I would
we
like
do a
to
new
get
round?
out and help, but I'm trying to confirm if I can move freely.
I mean, is there like a cargo cord
Yeah, like a
inside that
tether,
you could
anything.
unclip and throw out?
That could be considered giving a boost to Zalden Rock. Or
And I don't
To
need to use a story
anybody.
point for it.
no.
You're just using an item.
That's
Yeah.
a simple enough act. It doesn't require extra expertise.
Yeah,
to
you don't need
unclip
to-
something and throw a rope out.
It's feasible that there's definitely a rope
Are
there.
there, how about this? Are there, because usually when you think about like large cargo planes, they have like those nets, which
I
are
was
then
actually just
plunge
gonna
you
say,
down.
Is
Okay.
there a crate with the webbing on it that you could instead throw the crate out on the end of the rope so it's
Yeah.
something bigger to grab onto?
Like a buoy, like a space buoy.
That's fine. God, what kind of check is that?
Maybe athletics?
I think
Brawn?
athletics, yeah, like a brawn thing.
I mean, it doesn't need to be that
I
heavy.
am literally the strong person. I have one job to be strong.
Well, because I
I'd-
was going to say, because it's like you would like lift the crate and throw it out the back.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah,
say
that's
it
true.
could be, it could
Let's
be either
do-
coordination or athletics, but
We'll do athletics,
cool.
and I'll set the difficulty fairly low. Hold on. Get rid of everything. Okay, go.
Shit.
Told you I'm the strong person.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just crate attached to a thing.
Yeah.
So you throw that out. There's some netting out there. There's some boxes out there, but they're all attached. You only lost maybe 1 empty crate in the process. But I'm going to say with success and 2 advantages, I'm going to give you 2 boosts to the next check that happens. Since we're at the top of the round, Zaldenrock, you can go again if you want. This time with 2
boost.
boosts.
2 boosts.
I threw a box at you.
A box with netting you can grab.
Am I allowed to like wait to see if we get story points back?
I'm not creating any new facts, although I was gonna say I probably should have used a story point to like do all of this encounter. So I'm just gonna give you guys one back anyway, right now.
Okay.
And then say that
Alright.
you can spend it on this immediately.
All right. Well, I do have an ability. I probably should have thought of it when I made my first coordination way back
Okay.
when I was still in the ship. But once per session, I can make a skill check that uses my agility characteristic, spend the story point, add 2 success, 2 advantage to the roll.
Holy shit.
Holy
So I
shit.
feel like
Shit.
2 successes. Yeah.
AV and agility.
Okay, so we'll do that instead of an upgrade. That's even better than an upgrade.
Yeah, that's one of those skill focus story
Remember,
points.
I'm a bird. I'm gonna take
Yeah.
this.
Remember that.
Uh,
Like, remember your training.
okay.
I mean, do we want to double down and say you also use the story point?
No, the story point is for his ability.
Oh, it's for the ability.
This
Yeah,
is
yeah,
the
Yeah, that's
Sheik
the
Rise
story.
ability.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. You are good to roll.
There
That's
you
Oh
go.
yeah. And
There
good,
you
you
go.
added the stuff with the modifiers too. That's cool. And this is the difficulty has not changed, and you got 5 advantages.
Yeah,
and
I
2
should have
successes.
remembered that I could have done that like way before I even got thrown.
As you
But it
realize,
makes a good story.
as
Right.
your skin starts tingling,
wait.
you unfurl your wings, and then you like kick off against the empty crate that flew out there, and then you kind of soar towards the entrance of the cargo bay. You move past Sin, and you make it all the way back to one of the things that that Shepard had knocked out for you, and you're able to climb back in on the netting and on the buoy that is sprawled out, just hanging out of the open cargo bay doors. Sin, you're able to navigate back as well. I'm gonna say.
Can I grab any of the other cargo out there and like that we dropped and put it back, or is it just Zolden Rock that came out?
I mean, I think if we took time, we could probably retrieve most of our cargo. It's just going to be a delay. Sort
Most of the
scenario.
stuff was empty,
Okay.
to your knowledge.
So we didn't just lose any of the priceless mushrooms or anything?
I
With the
don't know.
Reapers.
Maybe.
The Reapers are
The Reapers aren't on the.
on
Oh,
the station.
yeah. The Reapers
Oh, right,
are
that's
way
good.
back at the station. You're fine.
I mean, I say it's probably worth collecting the things, but that would take more time, and we are tracking something.
Would you like me to... Sin is going to ask, because he's like, while I'm out here, would you like me to try and grab some of these crates and bring them back?
Yeah, we'll spend at least a little bit of time, but then we got to get going.
Understood.
We'll take an inventory.
Okay. Sin is going to grab what he can and bring it back.
And we're probably ushering Zoldenrog back to the med bay.
Yeah.
Don't stay out there too long. The ship's not the easiest to maneuver.
Okay, now that there's not a time-sensitive thing, I'm going to reduce the difficulty, but keep the badness on coordination. But you can attempt another coordination check, Sin.
Okie doke.
Okay, you recovered some of the boxes that were invisible distance, that you were able to see them in the black emptiness of space. And you recover some of them. Some of them were empty, but some do contain that strange lichen or fungus that Raz was trying to smuggle on. You
Okay.
saved it.
Yay, I helped.
Hooray.
Made it... Oh.
Alright, let me look up the healing rules again.
Zoldenrock is
Thank-
rushed into the med bay where Yara is awaiting.
So it's
I can do a medicine
how
check
hard
before
is
bringing them, too.
Zolden Rock?
Oh, Zoldenrock also would have taken an additional 3 more
more
wounds for
So he's a
the
little bit
next
hurt.
turn.
So is he
But-
above or below 50 wound threshold?
Above.
You're above your wound
50%.
threshold, so it's...
Well, I'm not above the. I meant above
Sorry, above half.
half of it.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
So
Yeah.
that's a
I'm at 6 out of
difficulty...
11.
That's difficulty 2. And I believe there's no penalties because of the xenobiology thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then it's just a medicine check.
I'm just trying to check. Yeah, I don't think this. I think all the Xeno thing just is, allows me to do a regular medicine check.
Yep.
I don't think it really adds any boost other than getting rid of any setbacks.
Yeah, it just bypasses the weirdness of other people's biology.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, good luck. I put trained in it for this purpose.
Good luck, Yara tells themselves in the mirror.
Okay, I got 2.
You heal-
Excuse me.
You heal 2 wounds.
All right.
And the thing didn't lose,
Oh.
and we don't have to refuel the. That's also the other annoying thing about these things is if I rolled well but then still got setbacks, it can actually break the machine for a bit until we refuel it, quote unquote.
Good to know. I guess then it could be a backup machine.
I have a backup medicum, but I'm assuming we'll basically say that only works on carbon based or only a pinch. I'd have to maybe struggle with the other ones.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Zaldenrock, you're given a bit of a reprieve
And
as...
here's a dermal sealer. I have 10, so you can also do a dermal sealer.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Because how much does that heal? And it's your first one for the day.
I think it's like 5 wounds.
It is. If it's
There
your
you go.
first one for the day.
Yeah, so you you can do 7 in total because you took a dermal healer.
All right. -1 wound.
Perfect.
Okay, cool.
That's great, because otherwise it would take a day per wound to get rid of them.
Right. Yeah, that would be annoying.
I think of it almost like a sort of spray adhesive burn thing. So it's just like I see his like skin suture, like this is gonna hurt a little bit, but it'll work out. And I just kind of like, psst, psst,
Yeah.
psst.
You spray the dermal sealer on them, and then you kind of treat them with like tools from the medicum. You do like the Star Trek thing where you hold a random garden
Yeah.
implement up to their head, and then it makes blinky lights, and they say they feel
I'm gonna
better.
make it more real.
Yeah,
Just
you-
be like, okay, that was just to see what you needed, and then I just stab him with like a needle on his like vein, just you're just gonna need this for a second since you're organic like us.
Yeah, you have him like slip his arm into a random metal tube, and it's like, okay, that just told us what's wrong with you.
Yep.
Yeah. It turns out you were suffering from acute blood disorder from being in a vacuum for some reason.
You really almost had the bends, but you're good.
Anyway, have some deodorant about it.
Fantastic.
Had
Zaldenrock
to
is
sugar
safe.
up like in a week.
Zaldenrock is safe. Sin,
I'm gonna go apologize.
did you get the lever?
I don't know. Did I?
The little ball on top of the lever is off.
Yes.
It's quite shiny.
I'm very pleased. Okay. I'm going to add that to my list.
A memory has been made today.
Thank you, Grogu.
And a
Thank
half-hour
you, very tall
encounter.
Grogu.
All right. You guys, thankfully, lived. So, let's keep going. Let's actually get out into the other map, shall we? Oop,
We're also at the 10:55 mark.
I understand that.
Okay.
We
Yeah,
will.
Chris is a time understander.
I'm a time understander.
Where are we on this?
I'll ping you.
You're in the south.
Did that drag you?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So, you can now leave the Hex. I'll say that was an encounter that happened en route to leaving, which is fine. So, I assume you're going to the kind of northeast one, because that's the best one, probably. Unless you're taking a weird
Yeah,
route.
For everyone's reference,
Yeah.
this is where we're going.
Yes.
Do we have dark matter exploration or whatever it's called?
Huh.
Is one of us a race that starts with that?
That's true.
I mean, the Kriya says.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
The Krios does not start with that. Only the Imperium starts with that. But
Yeah.
semantics aside, this is not that game. So you won't be able to explore that thing. But I will allow you guys to explore a bit. So let's say we're going to need a computers check from... Oh,
Uh-oh.
good question. We're going to need a computers check from...
I think me.
We'll say...
Navigator?
Yep, the navigator.
Yep, send.
Uh-oh.
Hold on. Let me set the difficulty. Okay, difficulty set.
Am I doing this from the ships, or can I do it from my own?
You can do it on your own, but doing it from the ship automatically will check on your sheet.
Fuck.
Okay. You don't uncover what it is, but there is an anomalous reading that's popping up on the navigation. There's some strange distortion nearby.
I thought we had a additional boost or something from the tracking.
Oh, that's true.
This is
I think that's for
unrelated.
operations.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Uh. Okay. Interesting. Okay. I'm going to spend a story point. You can have it. There is a strange reading on the computers, but you can't pinpoint what it is. A sudden wave of energy splashes over the vehicle, and I'm going to say the vehicle takes 2 system strain, which I have just applied.
Yellow alert! Report!
Yeah, there's just this strange energy that is crossed across the threshold, and Sin, I'm going to say that you recognize it as wormhole energy. It's energy that emanates from a wormhole.
Oh, home.
Home?
This is wormhole energy. It's familiar.
Well, that's actually kind of interesting. We should probably stay the course. How do we avoid it?
I don't know.
Oh no.
Operator, ride the gravitational wave and take us into a long distance orbit and navigate us around it.
Yes, sir, Captain, sir.
All right, Nolly, make an operations check.
Sure. And before Nelly makes the operations check, she'll turn to Sin and sort of like waggle an eyebrow and be like, I'm sure you'd like to go to the wormhole and see your people, wouldn't you?
Maybe. And sort of gets a little bashful in the seat and I don't know, wiggles weirdly.
Does a weird wiggle.
I just
Got it.
imagine like an anime
Happy
character when
inflatable
they
arm,
wiggle.
man.
Huh,
Like-
neutral. Nothing
The whole-
happens.
This has
Neutral.
just been the session of neutral roles.
This, oh my god. Harrison, this is the Red 9.
This is the equivalent of the Red 9.
Back in the Icewind Dale game, Nephros had like +8 to all his rolls, but would only roll a red 1.
Critical ones, yeah.
Every
so
time,
like it
but so
started
is-
off as a Red 9 and eventually became like Red 10s, Red 11s.
Red yeah, great.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, so because you failed to navigate around the wormhole, because you didn't succeed, you didn't get more fails, but you didn't succeed. You instead approached the wormhole. It's sort of like got this strange gravitational pull that brings you closer towards it. The wormhole is definitely not registered. There should not be a wormhole here. There should not be a jump gate here of any kind. But I'm going to spend another story point. We're close to the end anyway. Well, at the end anyway.
Abuse my powers.
You guys hear a signal coming from the other side. Now that you're close enough to the wormhole, there's a distress signal coming from within, but it's extremely garbled and you can't make out anything other than the distress code.
Can we tell what the distress code is from?
You only know that it's a ship in distress. That's the only thing that you can tell from the distress signal.
How could we? Is there any way to help Nolly?
I can give it a try.
What is the risk of us getting sucked in?
Well, that's the rub. Sin wasn't able to figure out a lot about the wormhole. Somebody else could probably try it.
Could we use our sensors and stuff to try and learn stuff about it? Knowledge of some kind?
Well, that's more for like stuff that's right next to you. You would have to use the ship's computers to do this sort of
Okay.
check.
Yeah, is this like a knowledge check or?
I would allow
Yeah.
knowledge science. I would allow computers. And I'm gonna say
Actually,
knowledge
I have
science
knowledge.
will be easier.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Untrained, but I already got 3 in it.
do you want to
Yeah,
try
go for
knowledge
it.
science?
I'll try knowledge science.
Okay.
Can I use? I know this is kind of a weird thing. Could I still use my savant for it, since it usually aids with knowledge checks?
That I will allow, because you don't need to interact with the ship's computer for it.
Okay, let me double check. I think it adds a. To double check what it
It
exactly
adds a success, I believe.
Yes, that's a 6. That will help. All right, here I go. So I got a success.
Yep, 1 success, because it wasn't added that way. And
Yeah.
4 advantages. Interesting. I want to
Okay,
see
so
how
what
I
do
can
I know
spend
about
that.
wormholes?
Wormy.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So, let's see here. You can't tell anything with your sensors. The sensors aren't really able to, like, you guys aren't scientists, but just
I'm a
from,
scientist.
well, sure, but just from its appearance alone and your innate knowledge, you're able to determine that this wormhole is new, but it's possibly unstable from the appearance of it and the waves of energy that it's spitting out. If there's a distress signal, that's coming from the wormhole, it's definitely coming from the other side of the wormhole. That's what you determine from this. Somebody probably got trapped on the other side, but you're not sure. There's no way to know how or why or like when.
When you say other side, you don't mean like the other side of a whirlpool. You mean inside the wormhole on the other dimension.
Wormholes
ship.
lead to either another exit point on or in another, on the same dimension or in another dimension, possibly.
So, like, basically, the person we are hearing giving the distress call is somewhere else in the galaxy on the other side of this wormhole.
Yeah,
Yes.
clarifying that.
We ignore the signal. Let us move forward.
I'm going
The
to
ship-
say with your advantages, so 3 advantages lets you ignore environmental effects in combat. I'm going to say that it allows you to ungarble the signal.
All right.
The
As
signal is coming from a Shikrai Strikewing Alpha. They are saying that they are trapped on the other side of a wormhole that has suddenly appeared. We are meeting hostile force. We need immediate evacuation and rescue, or all will be lost. We are carrying valuable information. And then it just repeats. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session, I think.
Shikrai is the bird people, right?
The Shikrai is the
Yes.
bird
Yes.
people. You have one on board.
Zaldanrock's gonna probably care about that, isn't he?
We'll see. We'll
Maybe.
see.
Huh.
Maybe.
Fuck 'em. Fuck those guys. Who gives a shit? Not
He
me.
He did leave on purpose, so
Sin is slightly disappointed it's not more Cruz.
Oh.
All right. Well, thank you everybody that came out to watch. We're going to end it here today. But definitely come back on Sunday, because that's when we play our Genesis campaign. Again, in the Embers of the Imperium setting, as might be witnessed by the tiles on board right now. And yeah, I'll probably be streaming at some point during the week as well, sporadically and randomly. So keep an eye out. Join the Discord. I should probably put a thing in there. There we go. Join the new Discord that me and Allie run. And yeah, be well. We'll see next time what happens on the other side of this wormhole, whether or not they choose to go through it. We'll find someone to raid, but have a good day. And don't fall out of any air vents while we're
And
we're trying to
don't
get
pull the
somewhere.
red lever.
Enjoy your week safely.
Yes.
But to
Okay.
self-make all emergency things orange instead.
I'm gonna go raid cave. All right. 3, 2, 1. Goodbye, everyone, and say hi to
Yeah.
Cave.
Hey.
cave.